I'm hoping this is working. Kind of banking that it is. We'll see pretty soon, I think. Right, let's just jump over here. Ooh. Oh. From the preview, it is working. Seems to be. It's just nobody's here. Go figure. Go fucking figure. Oh boys, it's been a week. I'm still trying to get back into my account. It's going to be the next couple of days for me, probably. It's been fun. It's been not fun. Is this working? This is working. Nice. Okay. I need to actually go out of full screen on this. Go to this. Boom. Go back to full screen on this. Okay. Nice. Right then. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go and chat and talk like I normally would, because that's probably going to be the best way to handle this. Yeah, it's been an interesting week in the Overwatch League. I haven't actually been able to watch a huge amount of it. I've just sort of caught bits and pieces here and there because they've been playing it super late at night, and in general, yeah, I've just, like, it's very difficult to tune in and watch it live, so I'm kind of curious to see, like, how well or how badly the Shock did. And I kind of want to put the question that I've put in the title to bed pretty much immediately, like pretty much straight away, which is this idea that NYXL potentially choked during the playoffs, and I don't think they did, right? They normally, what happens is they'll enter into a bracket, and then they'll just lose straight away. They'll just drop out, completely shit the bed. They look terrible, and it's awful. Don't think that's what's happened here. I think what's happened is the San Francisco Shock got a bloody nose, and they went, oh, Christ, what do we do? And they really went hard on absolutely everybody in the lower bracket to make sure that they, A, would make a statement, and B, yeah, they don't want to even risk getting knocked out. There's like zero chance of that happening. I am super paranoid. Apparently I'm live. Stream health. Yep. Yep. Apparently it's working. Is chat working? Is there a chat working here? Toast. Yep. Okay, that's working. Again, I barely streamed to YouTube in the past, so getting it working is tough. I think we already missed a kill. It's a bad start. So this is kind of the meta that we've been seeing, right? This is nothing too shocking happening right now with this Reaper Doomfist. I know Josh Wilkinson's been talking about this a lot. The idea that you sort of use the Doomfist to get your entry kill and then Reaper can clean up. There's just a lot of good tools brought by the Sigma. And then as far as healing mixes go, yeah, these two are pretty gosh damn reliable. Which is pretty nice. So, yeah, that's nutty. I mean, he just went short. Oh no. Oh no, I think even if he hit someone there, I think he was hitting the Sigma. No, he was going for Sinatra. I mean, if he gets the kill, he looks like a god, you know? That to me is always like the... Yeah. If he does that, gets Sinatra dead, then hey, his team wins. If he doesn't, then they just back out and they lose. So yeah, no surprise to the NYXL just backing away, taking a moment, take a breather. They're not going to get too much percentage out of this at the very least. Doomfist comes back nice and quickly, so they're going to get another bite of the cherry. Not really too much in terms of ult charge swing. In fact, I think Jonak's got the better of it. Shock playing very passively, and yeah, they're just back ready to fight. So it's not a real big loss. And the big question is, like, how do you deal with Sinatra? That's always been the question. Jonak using that early ultimate gets huge advantage. Like, that was actually really nicely done by the NYXL. I've got to say, compliments to them, like, going for a risk and then making that risk pay off for them because, hey, look, they barely did any damage to the Shock, so Violet's getting nothing. Meanwhile, Jonak, yeah, he's sat on 60%. That early coalescence, boy. It's real nice. Like, in the barrier meta, you really want that nice early coalescence. It's just so nice for putting extra pressure on, finishing people off while you're doing extra damage. It's all good. It's all good. Hello, Trainer Red and Nega Jazzy. Welcome. And they're still losing somehow. Oh, this is bold. They get it. The reason why I say that's bold is there's a Lucio literally right there. Like, Moth wants it. Oh, he just used his boop. Okay, that's fair enough. He's just used it. It's going to be on cooldown for about 4 more seconds, maybe. And of course, it's Jonak. He's going to go for kills. He's going to go for kills. And hey, they actually take the point. Sound barrier. Ooh. Goddamn Reaper. He gets one at the least. Okay, fine, fine. That was unusual by Shock. I kind of want to see what Moth saw to like go, huh, yeah, we can take this. I mean, he's got like 3 people, I guess. 3 on 2, reinforcements on the way. The credit where it's due, Moth did a really good job of like trying to boot Mano out and set something up, but yeah, there's just not enough. Nice.
Their team fight win rate plummets when Violet or Moth die on their signature heroes, which they're on.
Okay, aggressive hold. Well, pseudo aggressive hold. Bongo super early. Oh my god. Really aggro retake. Like, they just go for it. That's really cool. What they just did. it doesn't work as well as they hope, but it does fish out the sound barrier. So what they do is they run in and they basically say, okay, we want to fight you now. Like, we have a lot of ults. We have some good ults that we want to use. These and this. We want to use these as fast as possible. So we're going to sprint out. Whoops. We're going to sprint out. And you notice he drops the bongo and then fires a halt like here, pulls them back in, and then tries to get them in the Sigma ult. Unfortunately, I think the heroes that he captures, it's like Moira, Reaper, yeah. Like, Reaper just Wraith forms, the Orisa, they try and, like, Smurf tries to body block the Orisa, almost gets it, and just forces this very, like, aggressive super early fight. Libero plays it safe. This is a bold push in, but hey, it's working. YouTube quality looks poor. Make sure that you have it set to 720p because that's what it should be at. Just check the quality in the bottom right. Did Twitch kick a puppy? No, Twitch. I can't log into Twitch. There's a whole video on it that's on the channel. Like, just go watch that. I'm not explaining it again. I can't log into my Twitch account is the end of it. Like, yeah, until I get that sorted, I can't stream. Which is kind of a problem. What? I look away for 2 seconds and somehow NYXL shit the bed. Okay, Coalescence, they survive it. Sinatra is on the flank. Halts. Libero cancels it. Libero's going to die though. Like, this is why the Shock are so fucking good though. It's just all these like microscopic things that are happening in fights where their engages are so crisp and so sweet. Like, this is the engage point, right? This is what they're looking at. This is what they want to do. This is what they want. Keep in mind as well, Komorowski, this is off a Twitch stream. This is not the in-game player. San Francisco got nothing. And everything hits. Like, they all, like, Sinatra's engaging, The Rock's engaging. The Rock doesn't quite connect exactly where they want it. Actually, I think just about hit. But, like, it's such a crispy, clean engage. They need to get the value out of that ultimate. But San Francisco Shock looking to pounce. Sinatra in the back line, and that's a fantastic fight here for the San Francisco Shock. They will take the control back. 61% on the board for the New York XL. This one is just about dead even when it comes to eliminations. 11 to 10. Look on my preview, it looks fine. It looks just as expected. That's how close this matchup is. Right now, San Francisco in control. So I don't know what's wrong with you, but it ain't my end. You can also use the quality will be poorer because I'm using the Twitch VOD instead of just waiting until like ages away when this is no longer relevant. Okay, Shock again. They want to do something. Like, this is what I really like about Shock as well, is they're just very decisive. Like, when they have what they think is an advantage, they will use it very aggressively. They got 2 at least, so that forces the sound barrier. Almost connects with that combo. This is kind of nice out of NYXL though, to like hold this. Like, they knew what they were getting into. This is good Overwatch being played. Like, as unfortunate as it is that we're on this meta, this is still real good Overwatch. Because they know what they're walking into, they know how to beat it, they know what they want to do with it. So the sound barrier saves them from pretty much everything. They get on top of Smurf. CBLB kills Smurf. He decides to press Q for some reason, just gets booped out. I wish people would stop pressing Q on Reaper. At least he didn't die. There's the plus. His team could support him still. But now he's in, yeah, now he can just left click everybody. And he should just be able to clean up. Well, Animo's cleaning up apparently. The camera goes fuzzy when the VOD is playing. I think I can actually fix that. And that's because the webcam is trying to autofocus, because I don't have the same software as I had before, because, hey, that was all lost in the fucking drive death. So I need to do it using like Windows Zone if it ever decides to load. Configure. Ah, it's popped up. So I need to go into here and go, are you trying to autofocus? Yes, you are. Turn that off. Turn that off. Okay. Close that. Boom. That should probably stop it. Right. Where are we? This is what happens when I try and fix text problems while also looking at something complicated. Okay. We've seen this situation before. Almost the exact same situation with one pretty big difference, which is that Choi Hyobin lacks this ulti. So last time they just did a very aggressive push here. They tried to halt them into a fight, basically. I don't think they're going to do the same here. They'll probably try and do it around this corner. Maybe. Let's see.
We have to locate Sabiobi. Yeah, he's sitting on 6 final.
There it is, right on the corner.
He's got the work going for him.
Same very decisive engage, supercharger plus Death Blossom for like burst damage. They want to fight them in here, but that's a cracking old out of Mako. Sound barrier is there to counter. So they really want that sound barrier just to deal with these ultis, because I think people have gotten good enough to combo with them properly.
But his team, the rest of them, they're making up for it. When you've got the likes of Libero and SBB, that's what's making the NYXL such a threat. When we've seen them play, you and I got to cast one of their matches recently as well, and it was.
And hey, yeah, NYXL, like they are playing very, very good, like very good Overwatch.
When you had SBB and Libero just getting all the kills, New York.
So what happened?
Second point
Like even taking that off of San Francisco Shock, like looking that good doing it, that's a very big positive.
San Francisco Shock have in store for us here. If there's going to be anything clever, or if we're going to get another mirror.
That's a very, very big positive. I like it.
Looking like it's going to be the TP early.
It's usually just to pop out and get positioning here. Both teams are going to run it.
So is the sim just for the quick telly on both sides?
Then the Reaper can just get in there, which
Feels bad, man.
was just a split second faster there, Hex. There might be an edge. Might be an edge here for New York. SBB just a little bit quicker, getting there.
So yeah, they're looking for like any kind of pick, any kind of opportunity, looking to get past each other's barriers, and hey, they managed to do so. This is why I really wish they got these VODs out just a little bit faster, but I understand why they don't, because hey, broadcasting rights, it's so important. Gotta make sure that Twitch get their like $90 million worth. I don't think they're gonna get $90 million again. I don't think that's gonna happen. I also think I need to fix my white balance slightly. Figure out. Because I look very blue. I look bluer than I should. Yeah, let's turn on auto for some reason.
Meanwhile, we haven't really said Smurf's name, but that's fine. We want to be like the
there we go.
As long as they're not calling my name as Tank.
Accurate lighting. That's more what we look like. We have like a pink to our face. Because we have human skin. Okay. So San Fran first take point. NYXL going to try and push out the tunnel. Violet is ready with ult. Giannak is ready with ult. Anyone else? Sinatra isn't like a good chunk of the way there. That's probably about it. My big question is, where is Moth at the moment? We can see where Sinatra is. Sinatra is over here. Moth, I imagine, might be over like on this side. Oh wait, we can see over here. Okay, Moth's like. We should be able to see Moth. Oh, he's just back here somewhere. He's behind where my camera is somewhere. On the wall, bouncing around.
Libero blows up Sinatra. Man advantage here. This is a big deal for
That's a real big swing.
This is gonna wear off, and now you got Libero on the hunt for another.
And there's another one. Just got like what? What?
This is gonna wear off, and now you got Libero
Nailed it. I fucking hate Doomfist for this reason. Okay, Moth's bouncing around on the ceiling, and then outplayed. Clearly, I just god damn it. He just dropped into the wrong place. Yeah, it's obscene. I mean, he shouldn't be dropping down into that doorway in the first place, but ugh. I mean, they're like stalling pretty brilliantly, and honestly, they might swing it back. Great job by Mano there, just held him down there for Sabiobi. That's it, stalling. It's super important.
He's just hanging out on the point here, and now he's going to get reinforcements.
YOLO, he doesn't care. And yeah, try to knock that guy into a wall. It's not going to happen. Now you get the sound barrier committed here by Animo. They really want to away.
I mean, that sound barrier actually is not that big a deal. Choi Hyobin swapped to Wrecking Ball, so yeah, he can use that. That's just fine.
This looks identical to what the charge did on this point, and it's just
And then
perfect.
they
A
just
couple of
retake
late
it.
Kills from Violet. Charge did on
Barriers. Well, it's not going to
point here and
testing. But they
This
have
is disgusting. Like, I'm not gonna hold back. Like, this is just shit.
seen in Overwatch, I think, and it's not just Kyle.
It's kind of just frustrating, you know. And I can't begrudge the players for it because like they're playing very well in doing this and like stalling properly, buying as much time as they can, each trying to get as much value out of these heroes. Oh look, they've won the fight. Oh look, Sinatra's back. He's going to try and stall a little bit. Moth's back. He's just dancing around the middle. They don't have good heroes to deal with the Lucio, so they can't really stop him doing this.
But now we've seen this so often here on this point in particular. Exactly, great stalls. Teams that know how to just have one.
Moth's still alive, by the way. They get Sinatra, but then more people are back. Joy Herbin's back with his ulti, so he's going to die and then swap to Wrecking Ball, and it's just...
Smurf just dropped Supercharger. He's just hanging out on the point here, and now he's going to get reinforcements.
YOLO, he doesn't care. And yeah, try to knock that guy into a wall. It's not going to happen. Now you get the
And yeah, somehow San Francisco Shock just win this.
Right away. Do we still have a contest possible? It looks like
At least the finals this season will be two top teams. Yeah, like I'm really happy. I'm really happy that it's Titans and Shock. Like no one else kind of deserves the finals and deserves the piece of that pie.
And still no point captured from NYXL.
And it's gonna be close between them. Like I'm rooting for the Shock myself. I think they have a better story. Kind of also want to root for the mixed roster team, just as almost like a proof that it works. It's one of the sort of the big debates in Overwatch that has sort of been pushed out of the narrative slightly, but I think is still very relevant. Sty and I did a video not that long ago where we talked about like some of our favorite players on different teams, and we wanted to like spotlight different players on different teams and like go, hey, yeah, these guys are really cool. And I read the comments on that video. They were not good. It ain't good because it was just a lot of like, oh look, they're all Korean. Oh look, it's Korean Drone 4 and Korean Drone 7, and oh look, it's all this, and it's like people aren't engaged with Overwatch League content, and that's always been kind of the problem. And one of the issues is the perception that it's just all Koreans, which is false. In fact, in that list we had a pretty good mix. There was a lot of Koreans, but we also had some Western players in there. We had a Chinese player in there. We had all sorts of different people we were trying to highlight. And so the debate has become now more like, well, are Koreans really like, is having 6 Koreans really super worth it? And I think like 6 Koreans, yeah, it's definitely strong. It's just you've got to have 6 strong Korean players who are dedicated and willing to play as hard as they can consistently. And if you have 6 players from anywhere who are talented and who have that right mentality, you end up with a shot.
Their striker's probably a little more impactful than Sinatra's unless they can combo it well. And Violet has Coalescence to open this.
So I don't think it's impossible. I think it's very difficult, but I think it's possible. I think it's just too difficult for most teams to actually want to dedicate the resources to do. And I think in stage, or Season 3 rather, we are not going to see an uptick in quality in the Overwatch League. Just with like what I know of the YouTube situation and like the viewer situation around Overwatch, it's just like, an Overwatch League in particular, it's not growing, let's put it that way.
And now it's all about staying alive. Animo is going to get blitzed. Jonak is here to just port onto the point and keep it alive a little while longer.
I mean, they're going to get the Hammond in here as well, but you got to start getting kills.
What a play from Hammond in here to the point. And now
how did NYXL lose this fight? What happened?
So he's got the Coalescence online. And again,
pretty much major ult disadvantage, like they've got nothing.
Formulaic where you'll have that Coalescence just there to open the fight, to force the NYXL to give some ground. And yep, Violet,
so Coalescence to engage, NYXL fall back a little bit. Sinatra isolates Meko, and Meko dies. And then, yeah, that's... Mano just cannot be there. Sinatra proves his value. Like, Sinatra has become huge. He's actually lived up to his name. Lots of 4 Overwatch. It also didn't help that like the meta was just... This is something that like Sty and I have talked about at length, and it's like, we don't want to make a video on it because it's too negative. It's like, you can't be super negative in certain regards, especially on the Unit Lost channel, because people don't want to listen to people whine constantly, and so we don't want to do that. We actively try and avoid doing that. But it's like the big issue with Overwatch League especially is like you watch Spitfire play, and Prophet brings out Tracer, and it's like, oh my god, Prophet's playing Tracer. Oh my god, this is so cool. He's so good. Look how great he is. Man, I wish I was that good. I want to go and play Overwatch. And then the next round he's playing Reaper or something, and it's just like, you want to see these players play the heroes that they're good on. You want to see people play the heroes that you like, and you want to see all that kind of stuff, and you just don't get it. So yeah, it's like a consistent issue with the league.
Name of the game, and both of these teams are set up. Smurf has got a decent positioning here. Shield is
Where it's like the exciting moments come few and far between, and yeah, the meta's been like a clusterfuck for the entire season basically. There was like a brief moment where it felt like there was a breath of fresh air when 222 was introduced, and then we kind of got the Mei Hog stuff, pushing more towards heroes that are what I would call like messy, close range heroes that are very visually busy, very difficult to get a good read on what's happening, and so it becomes difficult to watch and be excited to watch. Like the exciting heroes to watch in this game, for example, are like Doomfist and Sigma. Like I remember when I was looking for footage for something, the camera's pretty much on Doomfist like 90% of the time. Like, what is this camera shot? And I don't blame like the people doing the camera work for this either. It's just they've got nothing better to show. Like, you want to show the ultimate, but what are we actually seeing here? You know, what are we actually seeing? Well, we're seeing Moira put a beam through people. And this is where I think, like, a shot like that, you need to have, like, a good third-person camera to see the effect and power of it, but people have been trained to want first-person views because, in theory, first-person view is where you get the exciting shots. Like, I want to see Birdring or Carpe aiming on Widowmaker, or I want to see Prophet's first-person on Tracer to see, like, how mind-blowingly quick he is. But for something like Moira, you want that third-person to see, like, the AoE effect, to see the effectiveness, maybe, but then it's very difficult to get a feel for how it is, so it's just like a constant issue in trying to observe Overwatch.
There you go, on the flank. This is what Tracers do. He's like, I know how to play this game. I just get shotguns now instead of pulse pistols. This is fine. I can handle this.
Oh, this is going to be nasty.
They go for a ride.
I'm actually amazed he didn't press Q. I am stunned. Like, this to me is like one of the few instances where maybe he wants to press Q, because he's got like 3 people stunned above him, and he doesn't do it. And Sabielby runs in behind him, and then no, he doesn't press Q. He's just turned around. I thought he was twirling for a second there, but no, he just turned.
It's going to make life difficult for the New York XL.
Oh, they get an enormous grab, and they get all the cleanup.
Whoop.
This has been all orange in the kill feed. These entire
Jesus.
stage.
The shock are insane. Like, they fall behind, or something doesn't work, and they still win fights. It's crazy how good they are.
Suss out, to feel out how New York are playing, and then now they take control.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco
Part of this does come out of my bias as like a Philly Fusion fan, and it's like all the heroes that Fusion should be really good with just haven't been in meta. And so it just feels like their team is constantly behind. I guess they think it's last fight. That's why they're sound barrieing. They really want that sound barrier to work. I mean, they get the Coalescence in, Death Blossom, and then Moth sound barriers as well for good measure. So yeah, they think this is last fight. They've got to. They're going to just try and hold on the door. Yeah. This is well spotted by Striker. Like, they know that, yeah, they're going to want to try and touch. And they're so good. Like, during a fight, they know to do this sort of stuff. Like, they're communicating so well to set up to catch people as they try and come in and contest the point. It's an immensely difficult thing to do when people's instincts in fights are just like to shout and to scream and to do stupid shit, but no. It's so crispy clean. It's just beautiful.
Such great play here from the Shock. They back off, they look for their opportunity, they close in.
What would your ideal meta be? I commented on this yesterday, but it's kind of the thing that you kind of have in your head when you think about Overwatch, which is just main tank, off tank, like one barrier tank, one off tank to support that, one hit scan DPS, one projectile DPS, one main support, one off support. And just, heroes that aim and shoot, you know, FPS skills that get rewarded, or interesting decisions that get made. Like Reinhardt has interesting decisions and choices to be made. And like Orisa, who just puts down barrier and holds left mouse button. That's Orisa's interesting and exciting decision-making tree. Sigma has interesting decisions. Orisa doesn't. Orisa needs work. She's just boring. Been her problem kind of since the start. She's just very simplistic. Right, King's Row. Nothing too shocking. Nothing surprising. Look, we've got a barrier war. Really aggressive out of the shock. Like this is a professional Orisa. This is arguably one of the best Orisas in the world. Holding left mouse button. Press shift at a good time. Put barrier in good place. Great halt. Exciting stuff. I'm sure Smurf is happy he spent thousands and thousands of hours practicing.
On the control point, they're already nearly at 2 ticks. They've got 2 ticks already.
Yep, 2 ticks. I mean, that's a big kill from Libero. Like, now NYXL should be pushing hard, and Jonak again has built that ult nice and quickly.
They do, but that kill might be the one that actually switches this fight around to be able to take out.
Sabielby can get in now and just do his thing. Like, this is the standard flow for this meta, right? Doomfist gets kill. Reaper goes in, cleans up. They got 2 ticks though. Like, that's pretty nice. And they didn't notice that San Francisco Shock actually just let that go. Violet had his ulti. Oh no, Violet died like right. Yeah, Violet was not in the position to use it. But they can 100% just push with Coalescence this fight. Should be fine. As long as no one gets picked off by the Doomfist, they can go very aggressive, and they probably will just like charge down on someone. There's the Coalescence into the halt. Choi Hyobin stays alive. Sabielby's being sort of kept busy. Has no cooldown. They're going to dive him. Sound barrier buys time. They are going to... Ooh, Bongo out of Smurf. When did that go down? Like, they use Sound Barrier and Smurf. Just Bongo straight away. I mean, the Holt is a beautiful one. But yeah, they just got no extra juice. Shock should win the next fight 100% though. Like, they have so many ults and there's nothing that's really going to be able to stop it. NYXL need to do something. Like, NYXL need to become proactive to actually win this next fight. They need to do something to get an early kill on someone. They cannot just sit back and let Joy Herbin ult them. So yeah, they're doing that, just that. Proactive. Try to get something done. Get up the sound barrier out, at least, which is nice. Oh, Sabielby, you didn't... Oh, maybe you do want to do that. 2 kills. Holy shit. Maybe that is the response to that ultimate. You just Death Blossom. What? What? He lifted him into Moth. He left it. Oh no, you can see where Moth is. Like, watch Moth. I might be in the way. I'm gonna make sure I'm out the way, because I can do that very easily. Boop. Let's bring me like down here. Bring. Oh, whatever. I'll stay down here for a second. Like, can you see Moth? Look at him. Look at this happy boy. Look at this unhappy boy. Yeah. Sabielby's just right there. And you can see, like, there's a lot of focus fire on him. Man, what did Sabielby do there to get Sinatra as well? Sinatra missed him, and Sabielby just freaking goes for it. Smurf is just out of position, like, has no barrier. He's just taking damage to the face, which is keeping Sabielby alive a little bit. I like the response out of Sabielby when the Doomfist misses to press Q on Reaper. That's actually pretty cool.
Oh, this is big Hex.
How does the game plan change when you are down 2,000 the point and you have no ults online? You've got to do something proactive, right? So it's I mentioned this in the Coaching the Many yesterday, which is the idea that when you're in a situation like this, right, enemy team has like big ultis online. You got the Sigma ult ready to go. You have no counter to it. You have to then become the active player. You have to become like the active team. NYXL, if they just sat like on the point and let the San Francisco Shock engage into them, San Francisco Shock should win, right? They get a good Sigma ult, they get a good sound barrier to counter anything coming into them. They should just win by sheer weight of firepower. They just have more tools. So what do the NYXL do? They adjust their positioning. They hold closer to the choke, and they Sigma ult very early. They have SayBLB also set up somewhere towards the back. Like he comes in from the side. I think he teleports in during the Sigma ult. So yeah, he comes in from over here. He wants to try and get set up, and maybe like if he doesn't get spotted, if he doesn't get caught, he can like he can Reaper ult as they land on him or something. But they get out this ulti nice and early. It's slowed down the assault. It's pulled them around in some funky positions. It's got rid of Moth's ulti at least. Doesn't turn into a kill, but they're still kind of in trouble. And like this is kind of the scary situation. This is still going well for the Shock. But SayBLB does something really, really nice here, which is that Sinatra misses, and this miss I think is literally what cost them this entire push. Because that means like if he hits SayBLB here, SayBLB dies. And I'm actually really curious to see. Yeah. Sinatra misses, and the moment Sinatra misses, SayBLB presses Q. The moment he goes past him. And this is just such a good response to this, because now Sinatra is kind of stuck next to him. SayBLB is going to get all the extra health, all the extra healing. He's got the power of the bongo with him as well. And this is just going to like help him deal damage on Smurf, deals damage on Sinatra, and then Moth actually comes by on the high ground and also gets killed because SayBLB is lifted. And SayBLB, like, that was a very, very, very good play out of SayBLB.
Shock have to get out. Shock are gonna get out right now. Get halted back in.
Oh, this is big Hex.
So Meko starts that off by
I need that coffee.
because they know the timings. They know
Okay, 1 minute 30 left on the clock.
If you just eliminate that tank, you don't have to worry.
NYXL are kind of out of firepower at this point, and that's a good start out of Sinatra. Sinatra is always very willing to use these ults aggressively. I think they're just sorting out the... Ooh, interesting choice. Because you'll see Sinatra actually do this quite a lot, where he waits pretty much the full duration of the Doomfist ulti. Usually it seems to be waiting for Choi Hyobin to get like a halt or something. Opts to go towards the high ground a little bit. And yeah, that smash actually hit 2 targets. Actually did damage to both tanks. Just very nicely placed. Like, Sinatra, to me, has consistently got more value out of this Doomfist ult than most Doomfist players. It's actually nutty to watch. And I think it is purely because he can trust his team to always bail him out as well. Like, his team seems to know where he's landing, and he seems to be very good at communicating that. And so there's, like, notice there's a heal orb on its way to where he's landing. Or is that? No, that's Smurf. Sorry. I thought that was the heal orb. That looks like a damage orb, but it's impossible to tell. But he's always in line of sight of his team. He's always in places where his team can help him. And he gets actual offensive value out of that ulti that most people don't bother getting offensive value out of. They use it as a reset. Use it as something safety. Anyone else think Semler is garbage? No. Semler has his own unique style, but Semler is so good at controlling his intonation, his pacing, he has, like, him and Hex have a very unique style of casting, but it's, like, Semler is 100% a pro. Like, he's incredible. If you want to learn how to cast, like, listening to how Semler can modulate his voice and knows how to, like, follow the flow of a fight. He doesn't have the best game knowledge, although he's definitely built up. You know, he's had 2 years now. He's pretty good at understanding the game. But honestly, his job isn't to understand the game. His job is to make the game sound exciting. It's just, you also have Uber there, and Uber is just unfairly good. Like, Uber is insanely good. What the hell?
But you're right, we do have that wombo combo now, one of the most brutal combinations you can have. The supercharger
Jesus,
and
the
Cold
shock
Blast.
just do not
Insane
relent.
amounts of damage
Like,
getting cranked out now by Violet, and the rest of the team are going to pounce on that, of course. New York
they're not giving
XL
them a
sent
chance to
this
set up
spawn
again. They're just
already.
saying, no,
I mean,
this
there's
phase is
so
ours.
much progress made with the payload now.
It's not
Like,
easy.
they've
It's
barely
not
got the,
damage
yeah, the
also,
payload's
you know,
barely,
obviously
like,
it
around the
doesn't
first
heal it,
corner.
it
But
goes
they've
for
committed
shields.
3
And
ults.
when we're in there's double barrier meta when you've got Arissa's 100%
Was it just
uptime
2
shield,
ults?
Sigma's
Still
shield,
two
never
ults
dies
on
as
like a
well.
fight where
You need someone that
NYXL are
goes
just
to
kind of
shoot,
setting
but
up.
why see Doomfist
It's
is like
insane.
West is
It's
so
insane
good to
momentum.
go.
And well, now do the New York XL have it in them to get in here and contest? They should have the time to do it. Payload is coming up on
Similar
the
says nothing interesting or insightful. I mean, being fair, Uber doesn't say much interesting or insightful things. Like, he points stuff out occasionally that's kind of interesting, but it's not really the job of the play-by-play. Sometimes you can do it as the play-by-play, but you generally want to leave that to the other guy. It's just Uber also does have pretty solid game knowledge, so Uber's kind of an unfair example. But it's also the same with Doa. Like, Doa doesn't have huge game knowledge in terms of what people are doing. He leans on Monty to deliver that. Hex is the one whose job it is to deliver that. But casting is also like, it's one of those things that's kind of subjective. Like, you might not just like his style, and that's fine, it's fair enough. But from a technical point of view, Semler is kind of untouchable. He might be technically the best caster out of the lot.
And this is the New York XL winning the fight here on the defense. 2 minutes on the clock for the San Francisco Shock.
And I think Uber will probably agree with that, might disagree slightly. Might put himself at first, but it's a close run thing between the two of them. Wolf and Achilles tend to annoy me. I love Wolf and Achilles. They are a very, 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 very good mix of, like, technical knowledge and just good casting.
Absolutely brutal, and look at the NYXL bank.
They might be my favorite duo, actually. Like, as a duo, they're probably my favorite.
Whole lot of ultimates for both sides here.
And we'll have the supercharger here, but
Oh my word. Oh god, look at the smear frame on Doomfist. Doomfist suddenly decides that he is now 12 feet tall. I mean, this is part of why these heroes are meta. Like,
now it's going to be the grab Halton as well.
oh, we got the lift and the lift. Oh, we got... Everyone's being lifted. Does anyone know what's going on?
Keep the team alive in the San Francisco Shock. They're dropping Hex. They are getting quite there. Grab Halton as well. Grab the few of them there. Meko puts good damage in. But
I want to see the setup for this.
Whole lot of ultimates for both sides here.
And we'll have the
Again, yep, Holt into Sigma ulti.
as well. Grab the few of them there. Meko put
Sound barrier on one side, no sound barrier on the other side.
damage in, but Moth not quite there with the sound barrier. It's not going to be enough to keep the team alive in the San Francisco Shock.
And hey, sound barrier, pretty good ulti.
Sent back to spawn.
It's pretty good.
Great use of the ults to keep their team in it.
Very well played. Animo with another clutch barrier keeps his entire team alive. And there's the
In general, I'd say the
combo
Overwatch League
again.
casters
They're
are
gonna have
pretty
Supercharger, they're
solid
gonna have
though. Like,
Coalescence. I don't see how
yeah,
San Francisco
I have no issues with
easily
them.
feel comfortable going in on this one. Supercharger of their own, but nothing to combo it with.
They all kind of have their unique styles, their unique flavors. They're not like unified. They all cast in slightly different ways, and I kind of like the variety it gives you. Oh, it's just a moment too late. Oh no, this is heartbreaking. Like, presses Q, and by the time the beams actually come out, everyone's already dead. Oh, Jesus, Shock. It's like every single time the NYXL get an inch, the Shock are just like, no. No, 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 no. Again, massive commitment out of the Shock. They use sound barrier, Reaper ult, Bongo. And they just don't care. They're just saying, like, we're not going to give you a single chance. You don't get to have a chance to do things. It's just playing off the Hulk. It's just purely the Hulk. They're just saying, okay, well, we've got them all in a Hulk. Sinatra uppercut into them, Reaper Death Blossom, throw a rock at it, throw everything into this Hulk, and stuff will die. And you're doing it with complete safety because we're using the sound barrier as well. They are using it as a Graviton Surge, and it's, like, that's pretty difficult to do. And I think I think here's the thing with a Shock. They know that if the game spirals out of control, if Sinatra can consistently just get ahead of the team and just keep on picking people off, which he can do, they will win. Like, this seems to be their game plan, right? We'll take momentum, and then we'll just have Sinatra ahead of the team, just taking kills over and over and over again. And then when the team gets back, like, against the wall, you can't really go any further forward than this. Okay, then we'll just build up for a big team fight. But there it is, Sinatra gets the kill. Sabiobi has actually been playing phenomenally well on this Reaper. He's been gaining, like, huge amounts of value so consistently on it. Like, even out of these Reaper LPs, which is usually such, like, a difficult point. His Sombra, I hated. His Reaper, I can kind of dig it.
I'm just trying to catch up here.
For a second.
45 seconds remain for this San Francisco push to try to close out Kings Row. They're going to have to push into beats. Mano's got Supercharger.
But this is where Shock just go, okay, well, 40 seconds. They got, like... Oh, you can't die here. You can't die here, Mano.
Nice try there from SBB to get the high
He's still behind.
Starts it off. That's Choi out of it. The utility no longer
Sinatra can't take this fight. Great job going for the health pack.
everything right here to just keep the San Francisco Shock.
If you can keep him busy, this team can win this, yeah. Honestly, that's fine. Like, you lock Sinatra out of this fight. You trade Sinatra for your Reaper, but he's also, like, dealing with... like, he's pulled back the Moira a little bit. He's causing problems everywhere. You take this trade, because Libero's the one who's going to get you your opening kill.
No longer a factor, and the New York XL, they're doing everything right here to just keep the San Francisco Shock. I mean,
and you can see that, like, they're kind of just falling apart a little bit.
doesn't matter. The rest of the team are going to go, and so San Francisco
Shock don't have time to get anything online. Like, this is all going to be on Sinatra to do something spectacular, and NYXL have answers for everything. This should be fine for NYXL.
On their defense as well. And again, they could play this slow. Coalescence and Supercharger about to be online, and that should stunt any...
You think a counter to Reaper Doom would be great, but those counters can't do much against those tanks. I mean, the counter is like... The counter that springs to my mind of, like, how do you beat this slightly is like, well, you try and play a Diva or something, and you eat the Holtz. You can sort of stall out the Reaper and maybe save people from the Doomfist, but... There's just so many problems with the game in terms of its balance at the moment. How did Libero fuck up? He just walked into Doom. He walked into Reaper. Okay. Striker waiting on the flank caught him. That's actually fair enough. It's still very winnable for NYXL.
There's the first kill going the way of Striker, but Choi goes down once again for the San Francisco Shock.
Actually, a great choice out of Sinatra to get rid of the bongo, because that's one of the big things that can make NYXL win this fight. So now they've actually pushed through the bongo. They pushed through the sound barrier. And now they have advantage. There's the Holt. There's the combo. Does eventually go down. Libero's back. Libero, this better be spectacular. Choi Herbin's going to die. And they should win this? Yeah, okay. How you doing, Josh? A little better? I'm still freaking miserable, man. Like, I can't do my job at the moment, and that sucks. That really sucks. When your job is dependent on people, on, like, consistency as well. Like, here's the thing with streaming. The more you do it, the better it is. And the more you get out of it. And it's super frustrating to not be able to do it consistently. And, like, I feel bad because, hey, I've got subscribers who want streams and I can't do it, so I have to do it here. And that sucks. Also, these Cokes, man. It's like $5 for a Coke with a logo on it. I mean, I have a... Listen, I can't talk too much. Because I have this, which is very, very old. And it's kind of badly done, because it's just all my name in one big string. But it's still a Coke with my name on it. And the thing is, I got this free as part of a big metal loot box. You might have seen them around, like a big real-life metal loot box with a bunch of other stuff in it. Sent to me like around the time that Overwatch was released, and so I've kind of kept it because this was like the first thing that was ever sent to me with that big metal loot box that was sent to me as a YouTuber, and that was kind of cool. Got one of my glass cats as well. Drink it? No, it's like 2.5 years old. It has sentimental value.
A risk charger
So you plan on streaming? Well, I have to stream to YouTube until this problem is fixed. So I will stream to YouTube until this problem is fixed. It hopefully should be fixed by, you know, Thursday. There's no reason why it wouldn't be, but hey. Splitting off shield tanks in the queue would fix a lot. It would, but then you start running into, like, do you have to split everybody up? Like, is that the way you do it? Do you just put a limit in the game that says you can only have one shield tank per game? Like, maybe that's how you do it. You don't bother splitting the tank queue, you just say you can only have one tank, one, like, shield tank in the game. Will Blizzard do that, though? Is that too heavy-handed? Is that too limiting to stuff in the future? You know, there's a lot of things to consider. Like, what do you do if you want to play Winston plus Winston Reinhardt, for example? Like, that isn't too obnoxious.
I think when it first came out, some teams were like, oh, okay, well that's
It's just now that we have a lot of characters, or a number of characters with powerful barriers, that's when it starts becoming obnoxious.
There's enough film on
Hello, Bastion.
reasonably expect what they're going to play.
So let's see.
Hello, lad.
This is just once again. Libero on the
Teleporting
side.
around the side. Oh, we got a pharmacy as well.
This
Oh,
is fantastic. The Far
stop the
Mercy
pull.
combo up top with the barrage and the
So there's a lot of
rocket
questions
and
about,
SBB.
like, why isn't Bastion being used to break double barrier? And, like, I think it's a fair enough question. Like, it should be Bastion's job, right? If the enemy team wants to play from an entrenched position, a single entrenched position, having Bastion be like, oh, well, you want to try and hide behind barriers? Well, we'll play a hero that will smash them to pieces. That seems fair enough and logical to me. So it's... Holy shit, this is cool.
It's so tough, though, because eventually you're going to have to get somebody on the point, and that's where Choyobin finds himself now. Nice attempt at
They
a
gotta do
follow.
something about this
Sinatra
Bastion.
Trying to make good. He's looking for the opening, and he nearly finds it. Dodges out as well, and Libero's on the hunt.
This is really cool. I like this hunt.
Oh, Sinatra
Oh, hello, Moth. Goodbye, Moth.
point blank. And in the meantime, we've lost a couple,
Here's the
but it's
thing,
going
if the
back and forth
Bastion
tit for tat now.
dies, the pharmacy is still a big problem for this team comp. That was super nice. That was beautifully done. Yeah, in my mind, Bastion should work better against this comp. Like, I think it's for, like, as part of why I don't want Symmetra now. Symmetra is the hero that should be good against barriers. Bastion is the hero that should be good against barriers. They should be the answer. So what they've done is set up, like, this awesome goddamn position. It's just really awkward to get to. You put the Sigma up here, you put CBLB up here, and you just say, yeah, fight us, nerd. This is very similar to what the Shanghai Dragons did, almost, to win Stage 3. They did it with a Widowmaker, but it's the same principle. You put a threat in one location, and then you have a pharmacy in a separate location, and you just set up, like, a massive crossfire between the two. And when you do that, it just means that, like, nowhere is safe anymore. Because to come out and challenge the pharmacy, you'll be in fire in line of the Bastion. To challenge the Bastion, you'll be in fire in line of the pharmacy. And the pharmacy can just hunt and flush things out. And, hey, you just have Mano sat on the point, just holding his ground. Like, he's literally just put himself in a bubble going, this is where I live now, this is my house, I'm happy here.
It's
so tough, though, because eventually you're going to have to get somebody on the point, and that's where Choyobin finds himself now. Nice attempt at a Halt combo. Sinatra trying to make good. He's looking
Like,
for
they're trying to do damage, but hey, Immortality Field.
Dodges out as well, and Libero's on the hunt. Do the Rockets find the kill? Oh, Sinatra barely
I love the spot on Mothra, that's so good.
And in the meantime,
Look, Far, it's an exciting hero. It's an exciting hero to watch. And yeah, they kill Mano, but Mano isn't the real problem here. And they can probably just res him. No, they res Meko instead, that's fine. And then they can, yeah, slide Bastion towards the point. Oh, got a bit of a Sigma duel on the side, but...
player knows that feeling. I got you. I got you. Oh, I don't got you. I don't got you.
Very nice. You think they should increase Lucio's speed so Ryan can just charge past barriers? The issue with changing Lucio's speed is it's already... For a long time, Lucio's speed boost was considered the most powerful ability in the game. It was very much like defining the game. Because it becomes a simple checkbox of, do you have speed boost? If yes, and the enemy team doesn't, you have so much more power because you can just do so much more. You're so much more mobile. They have to have that answer.
It's going to get a bit chaotic, and New York seems to always come out ahead.
So it's kind of one of those things of buffing it. Unless you give speed boosts to other heroes, it's not going to be... It'll instantly just become the mandatory thing.
Ultra aggressive and take a 6v4 on the ground is essentially how you try to answer this.
Well, Shonak has got the Lantern down, keeping everybody up. Wings out for Animo as well. And this is off of the back of the Coalescence from Violet, so some ultimates getting used on both sides in a bit of a stand.
You cannot contest that. Okay, Libero, hello?
So some ultimates getting used on both sides in a bit of
He is kind of in line of sight,
standoff now.
but
There's the barrage with Smurf. He takes Libero out.
this
Through
is
the heels.
bad
SBB
news
goes
bears.
as- oh, there's
What
back
the
and forth.
fuck?
Jonak has got the Lancer down, keeping everybody up. Wings out for Animo as well. And this is off of the back
Like,
of
the Baptiste ult is fine. You know, it's covering the corner. It's just where it needs to be. And then Libero just goes goddamn insane. Like,
on both sides in a bit of
I guess he thought he could kill Smurf.
a standoff now. There's the barrage with Smurf. He takes Libero out. Through the heels. SBB goes as well, and Hex right on the money. You get in there.
Here's the issue. You can't stay on this comp now. Maybe, no, tank form isn't worth it. Yeah, you gotta swap.
Because you'll just get chipped away with Rock, because eventually your healing resources are going to get depleted enough.
What do you think of Sinatra versus NYXL in the
And you have
Doomfist?
to go.
Sinatra is
It's a strategy as old as time. Ignore the Pharah.
just insane. Like, the team very, 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 very blatantly plays around Sinatra to make him an aggressive powerhouse, but he just gets more value, it feels like.
Striker all on the cleanup duty, and
But I'd say pound for pound, the Titans are probably just the better team.
Go to spawn. Remove him again. Bongos get blown up, but so do Smurfs.
I just want to see Haxal play Genji again, man. That's what I want to see. Just bring it out.
And it couldn't be in a better spot as well. Right here at the archway, at the choke point. This is exactly where.
Yeah, if you want Ryan to be faster, make Reinhardt faster. I'd be fine with. I'd be fine with like changing his charge to just have like a more controlled thing or something. Then
They might even have to just have Meko try to grab through here to get San Francisco dislodged, because it's a brutal
like
choke
make his
point.
charge something more interesting. Give him just like a, make his charge into like a speed boost or something that can maybe pin as well. Like if you charge into someone with enough speed, then you'll grab them or something. I don't know. That's for Blizzard to fix. Are we about to see a tuba moment? Whoop. Yeah, no. He didn't die. That was just very nicely booped out though. My compliments to Animo? Libero? Who did that? Looks like Libero would have gone under him. Must have been Animo, because he took no damage.
Probably gonna smash it too, but he's waiting. There's Striker with the attempt at the Blossom. Good back off there from the NYXL, but this is again time getting blood off the clock. Attempt at a smash there from Libero. Striker just doing a good job of keeping eyes on it. Yep,
That's my alerts. I need to turn off the noise on those. Alright. Jeez, like, this is shock all over. Like, this is the only really impressive thing to me this season, which is just these Hulk combos getting so good. Just spicy. It's all the damage. Who needs Zarya? Like, it definitely feels like the potential of Orisa has been fully realized.
Fight there for San Francisco, and they get the cleanup
Being
kills.
fair, there isn't
The
that
issue
much
is
else to
that New York
practice.
did commit pretty much whatever they had into that fight. They get zero value out of it, and now you have to start.
Just mirrors
worrying
Doomfist as
if
mindless as
you
it
are
gets.
NYXL.
No, it's not as mindless as it gets.
San Francisco Shock on their
That's a
defense.
harsh appraisal. Like, there is some skill to it. It's just that the amount that it feels to me like the amount you can get away with as Doomfist is just a little bit too high. Like, you can just, the margins for error became so high when they buffed him a while ago to have more shields every time he dealt damage, that it just became kind of nonsense. And that's kind of my problem with Doomfist. I want to see how much ult charge Sinatra just gained. He's on 46. He's on 84. He just gained 40% ult charge. Like, you want to look at reasons why the Shock are winning so much? It's stuff like that. It's moments like that that happen so consistently for these guys.
Jonak comes right in with a coalescence. Has San Francisco pushed too far? Yep, back up behind the archway. Back up into your damage ultimates here.
I mean, it's still Sinatra. He's going to be able to get back here really quickly on that Doomfist. Oh, they
And
might
yet,
cut SBB off as
oh,
well.
hey, he's done this again. Exactly the same thing. Animo's waiting for him. Still gets Mako.
Man advantage again here for the San Francisco Shock, and Striker barely making it out.
Choi Hobin's almost dead. Sabielby's gonna die.
Choi is also hanging on by a thread. Striker's got
Nope, Sabielby's gonna kill Striker. Why did Striker not get help? He did get help.
One piece. Choi is also hanging on by a thread. Striker's
Libero just helped blow his head off. great target focus. But this is part of why I think San Francisco Shock, by the way, went so aggressively last round, right? Same position where the payload is last round. San Francisco Shock were just bolting ahead, running into the enemy team, deploying ults aggressively, because they did not want to get stuck fighting here. Like, the big thing they wanted to avoid was fighting in this place, because this is one of the best places to hold second point Kings Row. The other place is like right before the end. But if you watch where teams get stuck, it's here or it's at the end. And I think Shock's entire game plan was just like, yeah, we do not want to fight here. So we are going to expend a lot of resources to make sure we do not fight here. And that's clever. It's good coaching, it's clever, it's intelligent. It's Shock.
And only 40 seconds left.
It's insane. They started that push with something like, what, 4.5
Because now Shock know that, well, we've bought all the time we need here, and now they still have the other difficult part to go through.
Means that New York XL, and now they no longer have any room for error. This has got to be the win fight here for the New York XL, pushing on to the second point. And San Francisco Shock.
Gravitic Flux is up. They can just yank him off the cart.
Oh, true. If it gets into overtime, this can get awkward.
Okay.
We'll see.
Upcoming fight, NYXL.
They know what their job is.
Like, relatively even, I would say. NYXL with a slight advantage. The big issue is Animo doesn't quite have his sound barrier. So if Shock can do something very aggressive and maybe catch Animo, hey, you win straight away. Other than that, like, if the fight even goes slightly long, this could come down to CBLB clutching again. CBLB's done it a few times already.
That's where the payload needs to go. They're not going to overextend and give the New York XL a chance to win early. Choi knocked off the high ground is a little annoying for him. And now they're set up with the contest here.
Animo just wants that little bit of ult charge. There's the halt, there's the lift, there's the sound barrier straight away to counter. Okay. Animo's good to go, doesn't get it off in time. And this was the big concern. And, like, here's the thing that worries me, is, like, there are moments here where it's like, you could probably not project these barriers quite as much. Right? You don't need to have this barrier quite as aggressively, because what you want is to get this up and running. You have to get this up and running. And so this might be one of those moments where you don't put the barrier out for a second or two. Right? You just hold back for a second or two. But they go in and it's like, Animo needs to get this ult, needs to get it. And it's like, oh, you just about got it. And like, if you had it like 2% earlier, Meko survives this. CBLB maybe gets something. Where did CBLB ult? CBLB has already ulted. He ulted, yeah, he ulted into this. Okay, that's fine. That's fair enough. And it's like this 2% that's the problem. It's not over yet. Like, they got Moth, CBLB still doing real good, trying to carry his team. It's nice to see CBLB carrying again. Oh, Sinatra, how did you survive that? Libero taking risks. Still hasn't ulted his way out there. I'm glad to see. I am very glad to see that we're back in a timeline where CBLB is really good. Like, his Sombra was tragic. It was just not good. He just was so predictable. He just every single time threw the translocator, translocated, and pressed Q, and everyone was just like, "Yeah, we see that coming a mile away, dude." It just did not seem comfy on that hero. There's the coordination. Oh, it's spicy. Okay. Shock don't have that many options. They have Bongo and Death Blossom, which isn't terrible, but they got to control Striker. There's your Reese ulti. Striker's in. Striker's back out. Striker kills everyone. Okay. Turns out it's good enough. 22 seconds. They want to stagger someone. Meko tries to die. Okay, good job. Like, the thing they had to control, they didn't control. Sinatra came out on the McCree. Hello, hit scan? Hit scan in my meta? What is this? Who is this new hero? He can do instantaneous damage, like 70 instant damage on targets from a distance? That's crazy talk. What is this strange new world? He's not even out of spawn yet. The supercharger is not well placed as well. It's kind of a problem. Mano has to like sit on top of it to make sure it doesn't die. Mano dies because of that. Feels like NYXL rushed that slightly. If the supercharger was slightly better placed, I think they might have been okay. 10 seconds. Can they even touch?
I'm all about it, Sinatra. Let's go. Click on.
Nope. Oh, no, they do. They do. They get in. Look at this brave new world. Oh, look, he's clicking on people. It's like he's playing a shooter game in first person. Look, he's missing targets because he has to aim. He's so used to playing Doomfist. I'm clearly taking the piss here, by the way. Do you ever think we'll see Sabiel be consistently on his Tracer again? I hope next season, maybe. I think it would be a massive mistake for NYXL to change their team that much. You definitely keep Sabiel, I think. I'm just glad that we saw some head scan, man. That's what I want to see. And I know, like, there's always going to be someone waiting in the wings in my mind. Like, in my head, there's always that YouTube comment. You know, if I say something like this on the Unit Lost channel, I know for a fact that there's going to be someone going, well, actually, Reaper is hit scan, so I don't know what you're complaining about. And it's like, it's not the same thing, dude. You can put 2 brain cells together and figure that out. But like a shotgun, yes, it's technically hit scan, but it ain't the same thing as just, you know, pointing gun at person from medium range and having to click on them. Well, actually, I think you'll find that Baptiste is hit scan, so he counts. It's just... No. Don't be dumb. You know what I mean. Ooh, very fancy. Oh, break time. Oh, we've gone too far. We got too far. There we go.
But I just think Orissa's not.
Easy Fan Hammer, what a player, but hey, it's high DPS, although you barely need it these days, because hey, they made McCree shoot so fast that it doesn't matter.
Sure, I mean, well, that's what we saw. I mean, look at.
There are times it feels like I should go play Counter-Strike instead.
He has to play that Orisa role, whereas over on the other side, San Francisco Shock.
Where is it scan? Yeah, technically true.
Yeah, let's get Smurf in there. Smurf wants to play Orisa. Great, fantastic.
Mono 2018 and 2019 All-Star, a 2019 Role Star. That's how.
Don't be dumb is a lot to ask from the average human being. I mean, you say that, and I don't think it is.
It hasn't worked out yet for
I don't think it is.
Of the San Francisco Shock really picking maps, but maybe they do run the Bastion strategy, a different style.
Tedious nitpickery is not funny. Let me put it that way. And I think the mentality of that comment is generally, oh, I'm going to just say this to be technically correct, and technically correct is the best kind of correct. No, correct is the best kind of correct.
That's all I want to hear. Well, Super isn't there anymore, so.
Oh. Oh. What is this shocking new hero that we're seeing? We've got the Sombras. We've got the Sombras, and CBLB staying on the Symmetra.
We're going to run into another mirror here.
Nope.
Yeah, they're trying to get the scouting on. That's why you have
nope.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh. 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 Okay.
You got Sinatra on the Sombra sticking it, so this is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Sinatra staying on the Sombra, I think is kind of cool.
That'd be the big check mark to keep an eye out for.
They may have been anticipating Bastion, which the Sombra can kind of deal with.
So the big question that I see come up a lot is like, why isn't Sombra being played more? Right? Why don't more people play Sombra? And the answer is kind of simple. It's that the sort of twofold nerfs. One, the heroes that are in meta are very, very good at disrupting what Sombra wants to do, right? Sombra wants to appear, hack someone, and then cause like a disruption and do damage. But if you appear and try and hack Reaper, well, he Wraith forms. If you appear and try and hack Doomfist, well, he just punches away, or he's fine. You know, if you catch him, great. But if you can't catch him, then it's going to be tough. So, okay, you can kind of do a lot to disrupt the Doomfist. If you hack the Orisa, well, she's probably got a barrier down, so she's going to be fine. If you hack the Sigma, he might already have a barrier up. He should be around his team. He's got 400 hit points. You know, he's kind of iffy. Moira will just fade. Lucio, it's kind of annoying for him, but he's going to be a slippy one to get anyway. And so it's like a lot of these heroes, if you're trying to hack, and like if Sinatra was like back here trying to hack these guys, the moment he'd appear, it would just be like, oh, well, Reaper just turns and fires a shot. and he doesn't even have to really aim it. It will just disrupt the Sombra enough, and then everyone's going to be fine. If she does hack someone, there's enough barriers and protection and healing that all these heroes are going to be fine. So she doesn't really work in that function. You can't just like pepper these guys with damage because there's just so many ways that they can avoid and stop damage to build up this ult nice and quickly. And then, yes, the EMP is powerful, but it comes out so slowly that the enemy team will just win.
Yeah, you can be intensely annoying.
So there is the theory that you can play the Sombra like defensively and try and just disrupt their Doomfist, but yeah. This was really nice. I remember watching this live and I was just like, holy shit, like that's just really good scouting. They just annihilate him. This is something more teams need to do.
For sure, but you know, Sinatra will see if he can get the value. He certainly got the mechanical.
And I'm curious as to like what spotted him, whether it was just like, you know, Animo saw him. Because you can see Animo's already on it, but everyone's just ready to go around the corner and shoot him. And they he just instantly dies. It's incredibly good to see. And look, oh, Reaper's been hacked. Oh, look, Reaper's fine. And Sinatra's done a good job building, like, a lot of this ult. Like, that's difficult to do. But I kind of agree with, I think it was Hex or Semler's appraisal, that, yeah, they maybe were expecting Bastion. Do they have the EMP for the Hex push? Like, that's a lot of damage to do for Sombra. That's pretty impressive.
The Reapers are going to try to position on this map, and they just completely turn the angle on it. The interesting thing is Sinatra's staying on this. I guess it's kind of like
80%. Yeah, you can stay on this. I mean, the scary thing with the Shock right now is that NYXL just like stormed through, so they should have ults coming online, and it's actually kind of surprising that this is as evenly spread as it is. That there isn't more ult charge in the bank, which is kind of what you would expect here. But they do at least have the Jonak ult. But I mean, Violet's got his. Choi Hyobin's almost got his as well. See what this is? Shock anticipating that NYXL perhaps have more than they actually do, because they're doing this aggressive play. They're saying we're potentially down, so we're going to force this fight nice and early and try and get something on the back of it. Use the CMP nice and aggressively. There we go. And he's probably just going to go right into spawn and change. There we go. Superbly, like that was brilliant by Shock. That's absolutely 100%, I think, the right thing for them to do.
San Francisco will attempt to play defense on the second point of Anubis.
We're going to need some magic coming out of the San Francisco Shock damage dealers here because, yeah, thank you for pointing it out. As far as the check marks are concerned, NYXL have got both of their support ultimates online now. They are going to be very tough to kill, and Jonak's going to be able to really. So
the question now is like, well, how do you stop this push just being super aggro? And hey, there it is. No, it worked. Okay, that's fine. But they need to be more aggressive with this. Like, you've just spent all these ults and not gone through the door. What the fuck? Go on, press Q. I dare you. I double dare you. Okay, you didn't do it. Good. Teleport. Q. Yep. Oh, Striker's Q is better. Oh, and the emote as well. Oh, I love it. Brilliant. It's this is weird. Maybe they're anticipating that Shock were going to fight them in the door again, but like I guess because Choi Hyobin commits with the ult, he feels he needs to do this, which okay, fair enough. I don't understand this like little run back that everyone on NYXL does. Like you have sound barrier, you have the advantage. Go.
They backed off the NYXL, and now the New York, they've lost the advantage that they had.
Because here's the thing with 2CP, I've said it before, I'll say it again, which is that you need to win these fights decisively as hell. If you don't, if it starts dragging out, then you end up with what happened in Lijiang, where it just degrades and degrades and degrades. Striker gets kind of lucky here. Like, the Moira Coalescence is just enough to keep him up, with the extra damage as well, because Jonak is pumping healing into, say, BLB as well. It's literally like two Moiras just pocketing their Beyblades. I think it also helps that Striker's hitting several people. Like, Meko puts his barrier all the way through. Meko fucks his barrier. Oh no. Oh no-y, 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 no-y. Like, he needs to just stop it there. And then, I think if he stops it there, I think SayBLB wins this. But because it goes all the way through, Striker's hitting so many targets all at once. He's just gonna get all the healing.
Once again, but then Striker comes right back.
Spin to win. The old barbarian.
It's like literally sent the barrier 2 meters too far forward. Congratulations, you lose the fight.
Doing the happy dance. Doing the happy dance. That was huge though too, because they were gonna be behind it as far as economy went. They just didn't have it. So Striker's gonna respond.
Oh, he just smashes it too.
Like the barrier goes through him.
You want to come in and punish the grab? Not happening.
Can violate a lot.
There you go. Striker with the plays. And not a single tick of
Oh,
progress.
Sinatra with a
Permanent, that is,
huge
for the
chunk
New
of
York
ult
XL
charge.
on
That's
second
all he
point.
wants. Thank you,
We're
Slam
down
Man.
to
Thank
3
you,
minutes
man.
40 on the clock here for New York as well, and that was just a little bit of a poke to see what they could find. Jonax nearly got
Like
the
this
goal.
shit to me is
On
insane
the
with
clock
Doomfist.
here.
Like this is what
Permanent.
annoys me about
Oh,
Doomfist,
Striker with
to be
the
honest. Which
plays.
is like
And not a single
slams down,
tick of progress picked up.
up,
Permanent, that is,
out. He's
for the
fine.
New York XL on the second point.
Thank you for the how much ult charge?
And not a single tick of progress.
About 25%.
Permanent, that is, for the New York XL on the second point. We're down to 3 minutes.
Or was it 35%? I'm sorry.
There
No,
you go.
25.
Striker with the plays. Second point. We're down to 3 minutes 40 on the clock.
Does
here
that,
for
he's
New
just
York as
fine.
Well, and that was just a little bit of a poke to see what they could find. Jonax nearly got the coalescence online again, but Moth has got the sound barrier now for the San Francisco.
Oh,
Yeah, they might
Nice
not even
deny.
need it. It just looks like they just want to signal retreat.
whoop.
Well, what are you doing
Whoop,
here if you're,
whoop,
if you're
jip,
on the side of New
whoop,
York? I mean, you got
whoop.
Jonax, you're trying to get in there. Liberal looking for an opening as well, but they're getting topped up on the side of the shock. Choi doing a good job of hiding and dodging damage. Sinatra can't say the same for him.
Okay, sound barrier out of Moth.
Sound barrier in the nick of time keeps him alive though, and they're still in this fight on the side of San Francisco. Moth with the hero.
I think
play.
NYXL are okay with that.
Dodging damage. Sinatra can't say the same for him. Sound barrier on the side of the shock. Choi doing a
You
good
really
job
commit
of
sound
hiding
barrier
and
just to save Sinatra?
dodging damage. Sinatra can't say the
Yeah?
same for him. Sound barrier in the nick of time keeps
Like,
him alive,
he was
though,
worried about losing
and
the
they're
fight.
still in this fight on the side of San Francisco.
I think as NYXL, you're fine with
You
that.
think you probably could have won that one with just barrier. Now you see the new dance of
Because, hey, NYXL, they're going to come in with a sound barrier of their own. They're going to have the... I've got to say, I think Choi Herbin's getting better value out of Sigma, but Meko should have his ult in pretty quick time.
But I thought that the barrier was generated when he smashed his gun into the ground.
There's like a moving barrier. It's weird how.
Is that
Just
how,
trust
is
me.
that
just
how it
trust
works
me.
now?
Yeah,
Is the gravity from
As-
flux that's
as-
interacting with the sound barrier?
Okay.
yeah,
Instant response to the Sigma
I
ult.
think they're around here, so- Alright, we'll get Papa Jeff on the line.
Smurf is
Liberal, though,
deleted.
blows up Smurf, so
Meko needs to get his ult nice and quickly. Very nice kill on Striker.
as well. San Francisco Shock, they were looking so good for a moment.
Goodbye,
They
good
are
coordination.
crumbling. Defense getting run over.
And
Now
hey,
it's
they have
all
Meko's
about
ult
just
for the
trying to stay
cleanup.
alive here for the San Francisco Shock.
Hopefully.
Trying to delay 2 minutes on the clock here for New York XL. They're making
Last
their
second
great
contest
job.
doesn't come through.
Totally shutting it down. 2 minutes 13 in the bank for New York XL.
So watching from Sinatra's POV, his slam screwed up. I'm curious if we can catch that.
in that San Francisco at a ground. There's like a moving barrier. It's weird how.
I thought that
Not here.
Top of it.
Previous
So,
fight.
San Francisco can't say opening as well. Well, what are you doing here if you're on the side of New York? I mean, you got Joe.
No, we can't.
Trying to get in there.
It's-
Liberal looking for an opening as well, but they're getting topped up on the side of the shock. Choi doing a good job of hiding and dodging damage. Sinatra can't say the same for what the
A lot, but you.
It's a little bit too hard to see, unfortunately.
It's on the off.
Using those.
Boop, 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 boop. 2 minutes.
Behind on the Doomfist ultimate.
Experience gamer grade internet with Xfinity. Ooh, gamer grade. Does it insult women? And get upset when someone types trans rights into a Twitch chat. Is that what gamer grade means?
Third map pick and it's like,
Does it
what
just
do I
automatically
do?
disconnect you?
What do I have to do to win a map if you're New York? You start getting in your head. So they need to put a number on the board here. Get that 0 off of it. Down 0-2 to the shock in our loser finals.
So, getting
Libero's on the May. Ooh.
topped up on this side.
Ooh.
San Francisco Shock, more of the same from them. The Fist Reaper combo. Nice May wall, though. We've seen this from New York XL as well, where they get that May in there. Libero.
That's nice. That was really cute. It's just like, hey, you want to go right? No, no, you don't get to go right. By the way, we're just going to throw shit at you.
Absolutely capable of playing it, and it's just such a nuisance because you have to deal with that wall that cuts your team off or stops you out in the open.
Oh no!
there you go.
No!
Nice little wall to block
No!
it.
There's
Choi
no
getting
escape!
here intact.
You're going nowhere! Got you for 3 minutes! Goddamn love Bonesaw. Best part of those movies.
Well, that attack stymied. We shall see if San Francisco changes anything here.
I mean, we like to say no fun allowed when it's Sombra, but I mean, that's just an EMP. That's just an ultimate. You know,
Yeah.
no fun allowed at all times.
Go on, try it. Pick a direction and try.
Actually move.
Nope,
I don't
denied.
think happen either, but can't do that.
Smash the wall. Oh, they smashed through the barrier. Look, guys, look, look. Evidence that it can happen. Look, they smash through the May wall and go through. Isn't it insane?
Played into May. San Francisco
Look,
is
it's
gonna
very
be a
possible when you have Reaper and Orisa.
coalescence out immediately.
Ooh, into the mix now.
Oh, look, they just smash through it again.
His team trying to keep it
And
together
don't give a
get
shit, and then
some
Sinatra kills
pressure.
somebody.
Sinatra gonna find the first kill on SBB. Might be a
And as long as you have enough barriers in the way, then May's not going to be able to freeze anyone.
Like they can. Sinatra not overextending. Gets one, but doesn't
Ooh,
quite actually
nice
follow
pull.
up there on Mono. And now you start to get into the ultimate in delay.
You can shoot May wall, I know. It's a revolutionary tactic.
Boom. There you go. That's what she got.
Imagine having a pile of close-range heroes and just shooting the May
Let's
wall.
look at the snowball potential of the offense. You want to be able to take your first
Huge,
fight
isn't it?
win and transition into a second fight win. Often it is your best chance on offense. However, New York got so thoroughly.
Like, it felt like Shock were kind of
They had no chance
shocked
to accidentally
by
use
the
ultimate
first May
early
wall,
because
but
they
then
both these
the
teams,
second one, yeah,
as
they just
far as
went,
the
oh,
ultimate economies
shoot it.
go, Sinatra and Smurf could open this one up. Violet way ahead.
Oh, look, Smurf just cut through it.
On his own, yep, and there's the meteor strike straight into the mix as well. He's using it aggressively. He knows the rest of his team are going to be there to back him. Sinatra, that is. And well, Libero, what do we got going on? It's the Blizzard in, and 2 kills, 3 kills for the New York.
I mean,
XL,
Blizzard's
and
a really
South
good
on
ult.
their side off the back of an ult. Libero looking like he's
But
gonna go
you've
back and
got
change
5
that as well.
minutes.
We'll see. Blizzard does just straight up win them the fight, and it also helps Sabiobi get up to his.
But there we go. There goes the May.
Just
Yeah,
in the
it's
back
just not
cleaned up.
working.
It's a very nice fight for New York. As with Blizzard, it's such a good ultimate right there. You're able to win the fight with a
Pretty even on
single
both sides. And when it's even on both
switch
sides, I will generally give San Francisco
as it were.
the benefit of the doubt.
Going in, there it is. Grab, picks him up.
There it is.
Sound
Moth
barrier thrown
gets
in for
everybody.
San Francisco. Shock
Sabiobi
mitigating the
gets
damage.
rid of
So
the
San Francisco
bongo.
looking to plow onto the point. Now we're going to get this one back and forth.
Counter.
Combination play is getting thrown in by
Counter.
both.
Oh, what? Hell, Animo? Question mark? Hello? Animo? Press Q, lad. It's
Combination play is getting thrown in by both of these teams, but it's Shoyo to the point now. Thrown in for San Francisco Shock, mitigating.
Did he
the
miss?
damage. And so San
No, he
Francisco
pressed Q really early.
looking to plow onto the point. Now we're going to get this one back and forth.
Well, fuck.
Combination play is getting thrown in by both of
Yeah.
these teams, but it's Shoyo who somehow comes up with 2 kills despite Animo.
That was
clears
just
the
free.
sound barrier. San Francisco Shock with a huge somehow.
Why did Animo press Q?
Shock mitigating the damage. Going in,
Were
there
they
it is.
focusing him?
Grab, picks him up. Sound barrier thrown
That
in
would be
for
the
San
intelligent thing
Francisco
to do.
Shock, mitigating the
Fortunately, we
damage.
can't see.
And so San Francisco looking to plow onto the point. Now we're going to get this one back. and
Like the
forth.
Shock, if they came in here and just focused Animo and made Animo panic. See, I'm trying to see what
Mitigating the damage.
Violet was chasing with that coalescence. Because I think it is literally he's chasing Animo.
Of shield meta.
Going in, there it is. Grab,
That's all
picks
I'm
him
looking for. Yeah.
up.
Can we, like, go back frame by frame? No, we can't. Yeah.
Does just straight up win them the fight. Very nice. Win the floor.
Sound barrier thrown
Yeah, I can't do that.
for San Francisco Shock. Mitigating the damage.
Yeah, this is too far forward.
Grab, picks him up.
Yeah, that is definitely Animo, isn't it?
Sound barrier thrown in
That's
for San
really
Francisco
clever.
Shock, mitigating the damage.
I really like
And so
that.
San Francisco looking to plow onto the point. Now we're going to get this one
Identified
back
that, hey,
and
if we
forth.
can get sound barrier out before we use... I mean, it's nothing new, right? This used to be commonplace with dive. It's like, oh, we have a Zarya Grav, and we have Dragon Blade. Oh, well, what we'll do is we'll try and dive the Zenyatta, panic the Zenyatta. If he presses Q, then we can use one of our tools. If he doesn't press Q, then we win anyway because he dies, and then we can press Q. It's nothing shocking or new. It's just the same logic applied to this meta, and it's great to see. It's just good in-game shot calling, good in-game strategy.
That's a lot of the damage gone now. It's all on Sinatra now. He's got to blow people up. Mono gets forced
I think
out.
it's bold for Mana to come out there on the old Rhine, but hey, we can put that in the statistics. Reinhardt was played in the playoffs, guys.
Taking a little bit
Look.
too long for my liking for San Francisco here. Defenders.
Guys, Hammond's a working, functional hero. Look, he's being played.
Nearly finds that one. Now you're going to get Violet and Sound Barrier thrown in. They really are looking to crush this now. San Francisco Shock, 3 minutes 10 on the clock now for them. They're a minute faster than New York XL so far.
Farah's fine. She got played. Bastion's okay. He got played.
But it's still going the way of the San Francisco Shock. Grab thrown in, and do they have
Whoop.
one? They do have
Come
one
on,
that
finish
connects.
it up.
It's Mecco. Last
Cross your
man alive.
T's, dot your I's.
That's not enough.
Thank you.
3 minutes in the bank for San Francisco Shock. Faster than the New York.
I thought NYXL could have brought this back if they had a cleaner re-engage. Maybe. You've seen, like, I see teams do this a lot more these days, where they will stop just running onto the point. Like, if they lose the fight, they will wait and try and regroup.
Animo committing the sound barrier. San Francisco Shock with a huge edge now. They've lost Violet and Sinatra, but if they can get rid of Libero and Animo quick, they can take.
Yeah, like, Animo needed to just get back into spawn, but even then, I think if Mano waits... no, they kind of do wait a little bit. Like, they do come out as a unit. The Reinhardt is just such a bold choice. And I guess if you can swing at people here...
Goes down as well. The core is still alive here for the San Francisco Shock, and Violet's back in the mix. But there's the smash from Mono. Takes Striker out. That's a lot of the damage gone now. It's all on Sinatra now. He's got to blow people up.
He does a lot with that Rhine. It's actually pretty nice.
And so we still have the Hammond in play here from
I take back my criticism.
The focus fire is good.
It's taking a little bit too long for my liking for San Francisco.
And then just all these resources just coming online for Shock, though. They have so much. So many tools to use. I think Sabiobi might have thrown a little bit, like he ran... It felt like he just kind of ran into the enemy backline, hoping that something good would happen, but nothing good happened. As is often the case when you just run into the enemy backline.
But New York, lesser time in their bank, will attack first.
Sinatra's back on the Sombra.
Already only 2 minutes left.
Yep, not a whole lot of room for error.
Whoop.
Sinatra's on the Sombra.
Sticking on it too. So interesting. This seems to be the part of the game.
Okay, Reaper not hiding around the corner again.
Again, perhaps to shut down any kind of clever Bastion play thrown in by New York, but New York are just pulling a fast one on him. Libero once again on the fist, SBB on the Reaper, and now
Highly aggressive, good hit. Libero is going to have tons of ult charge. Can they get any finishing blows?
somebody got stunned. Get that man some painkillers, and well, Libero's gonna make sure that Moth and Smurf never feel anything again. The damage dealers once again doing all the work for the New York XL, plowing into the defense. San Francisco Shock.
I'm just imagining like Sinatra going, "What do you want me to do? I hacked Mano." Like,
Do they stick with it?
Yep.
At 60%. This is kind of one of the issues they had earlier.
yeah, just stay there, Sabiobi.
Some great animations. Doomfist just looks so brutal.
Oh yeah. My favorite one is Accretion right now.
Creation is great.
Just chucking a rock at somebody. It doesn't get more primitive than that.
Shock need that EMP.
Arm that man.
That EMP though.
Sinatra is going to stay on this Sombra, which I think is probably the right point. You have 90 seconds to hold on.
Nice
defense.
early coalescence, focusing Moth.
Caught in the flame there, but Jonak not able to cinch it
And this
himself.
should be a
So
fast
again,
take.
Libero and SBB
Very fast take.
coming up with the kills, making all the difference here for the San Francisco Shock. Well, on the defense, that is. They're getting sent back to spawn. New York XL with 6 alive. We're just going to plow in here. 2 permanent
This,
hits,
yeah, that was
and it's looking
perfect.
Like a third in record time here for the New York
Like
XL.
Sinatra just did not get as much damage done this time.
Trying to get to the EMP. They've got absolutely
Hello?
nothing going on
Hello?
on this defense for San Francisco.
Hello?
And this back
Hello?
dying now for San Francisco as well. Choi, he's going to have the flux. He can
Thank
try to
you.
use that to stall things out
Please
here,
deal with
but
that
it's not
goddamn
gonna be
hamster.
enough. Gets.
Yeah. Strategy not over just yet for that squad. Some questionable strategies from
Sabiobi is just like, listen to me, you fucking slag.
New York XL, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Sit down, Mano, you slag.
Just yet for that
Still got
squad.
work to do, Mano.
Questionable strategies
Stop fucking
from
up.
San Francisco Shock, which
Put that May shit away, Libero.
is part of their plan to
We
have a
need
solid
you.
run, win a single fight off of
No
it.
more feeding.
That EMP came so late that that fight was over, and at that point,
Any of you fuckers mess this up and we're shipping you back to Korea in a box.
you don't have enough damage to follow it up as Sombra. She doesn't really do that. And then Cisco,
This is
NYXL.
clever. We could play Bastion.
Yeah,
We want to try and clever.
too late for San Francisco.
It's like, hey, stop playing Minecraft.
What do you think
Q's,
about this? Just
Q's
clever
pop,
play
dude.
from New York XL.
Everyone's waiting.
It's just gonna come out now.
That's where it is. 3 minutes on the clock for San Francisco.
You gotta run out of
That's
spawn
a
there.
minute less than they would normally get
Don't be the
to
last
win
one
the
there.
match. And well, we saw how much time it took for them to get that.
I have no
first win
coffee.
because
I'm
of
basically
the
just
first
inhaling coffee at this
time
point.
around for defense on New York.
Do have a tiny bit of Coke.
San
Which is, I
Francisco
think,
got their
well,
work cut
Pepsi,
out for
left
them.
from
They gotta
yesterday.
finish the map, and then we're
Delicious.
gonna do it again. I mean, it's New York still has time in their bank.
Gorgeous.
So San Francisco
Still lubes the throat the
needs
same.
to have a sweet
Okay, they come back on the
run.
May.
It's 3 minutes
They're
on
determined to
clock.
get this working.
Let's do Anubis all over again.
I'm gonna make a prediction that Shock just slam through the May wall and then just kill them.
To dodge the accretion, perhaps. The rock flying through the sky. San Francisco Shock this time. Once again, there we go.
There we go. Smash the wall. Oh look, they've just gone through
They
it.
are able to sneak their way through on San Francisco Shock side. Good job being grouped.
I know what would be a good idea. Let's buff Maywall. No.
No worries there on his side at all, and he is not. Oh,
Okay.
not much at all.
NYXL changed tactic.
Troy Open as well.
I like it.
NYXL coming out way ahead.
I'd like to get some
I like it a lot. So last time what happened is they got through and they did this. They like pushed out and they ran in and they were like, holy shit, boys. And everyone in NYXL went, oh god, and ran away. This time NYXL were like, no, fuck you. And they just ran at him. They just ran in. It's just like, yeah, let's brawl. And if this picture isn't the perfect image for modern Overwatch, do I know what's going on? Do you know what's going on? Does anyone know what's going on? It's just two big meaty teens smacking into each other. You thought Goats was done. Oh boy, look at this camera angle. Oh, spicy.
No worries there on his side at all, and he is not, well, doesn't have to worry about much at all anymore. He's sent back to spawn. Troy Open as well. NYXL coming out way ahead.
I'd like to get some trades there, but it's not going to happen. They might even get a couple of late kills here. Thanks to the
Huge.
Icicle and a nice
Huge
chase
gamers.
down. A good thing, though.
Nice.
Silver lining.
Very nice.
San Francisco got absolutely rolled. So they just get to go do it again, and it only cost them about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
The worst is they have like a 2-minute long fight and still losing.
They're fairly even on ults as well.
Ooh, see that
What?
on fights.
SBB? Hello?
They're fairly even on ults as well.
He teleports. Striker teleported
Worst is
through
they
and
have
just
like a
freaking
2-minute
killed
long
him.
fight and still losing.
CBLB took a shitload of damage
Fairly even on ults
and was
as
caught on the
well.
run back.
Ooh, see that.
Well,
SBB getting caught
GG.
out of nowhere.
Build ult
Was
charge here,
fighting
boys.
the Doomfist, but
The Maywall's good.
came in swift.
Oh, dude, the pressure!
Got a bit of a beam duel happening between the Moira.
All the healing getting cranked into his
Yeah, you
teammates.
NYXL just have no damage left.
Despite NYXL doing everything they can to drop the
Reaper was
guy.
kind of it.
And Sinatra taking Mecco out. This is going to be the clean. And San Francisco Shock on the second go around. They're going to get the job done, Hex. They will pick up a point here and unlock the second.
Libero's going to stay on the May, I reckon. He's going to try and get a Blizzard off.
Someone Keller! I hear the icicles! I hear the icicles! They sound like death! Alright, that's great for San Francisco to be able to roll in this one. Let's take a quick accounting of the situation here. Animo nearing Soundbearer is going to need that because Troy Hyobin is nearing Gravitic Flux. 149
This should be a tough
on
fight for
San
Shock.
Francisco.
I don't think they'll take it this push.
Sound barrier online, though, for New York. They're going to have some room for error unless Sinatra can delete one of them. That would
Unless
have
Sinatra,
been
like,
the play.
punches May to
Unfortunately,
death,
not finding a
which
target.
that will
They're
be
playing carefully here on the side of New York.
one hell of a
Backing
pick.
up. Pulse into grab, into
There's the
smash.
sound barrier.
Sinatra's not gonna get the wombo combo going with the
Blizzard.
meteor strike over the
There's
top.
the Blizzard.
Nowhere to hide. They're caught in a
Everyone's
corner.
stuck
This
themselves
is
in the back room for some
terrible
reason.
NYXL. SBB goes down. The pressure's too much, but you lost Smurf. And somehow
This
the New York
should
NYXL
be
are
fine.
turning
Striker. No.
Ultimate, still alive on the points.
They
And
can't
now
win
with
from
the
here. You got
coalescence,
nothing
that's
left.
the cleanup for NYXL.
Of all the times for Mono
Okay,
to get value
swap
out
off
of
the May.
Supercharger, that's when his team needed it most.
Boom.
14
Nice.
Supercharger assists, 0 for Smart.
Smurf having a
Those
bit of
might
a
have
rough time of it
reset.
right
Shock probably just going to engage really
Right
aggressively
here
and
at
use this.
67
No, they
May,
can't use the
San
sound
Francisco
barrier aggressively.
definitely not going to have more time in the bank.
I mean, they could just try and rush down Mecco and see what
This is gonna
happens.
be it, and it has to be
Probably
clean.
not the greatest
And
idea.
the sound barrier from Moth, something to work with. Mecco's got the grab as well, so he can kind of force it. But the boost in.
There it is. There it
Grab into
is.
sound barrier, throw it in. San Francisco.
I like this positioning setup, by the way, where you have the Reaper up here and it's literally just like
Yep,
everyone's
there it is.
delivered to his
Grab
front
into
door.
sound barrier, throw it in.
Everyone just gets lifted up into him and it's just like,
Entering
hey,
the score now.
hi.
Hunting for a target, spots SBB. Good positioning there. They know where SBB
That's okay for Sanfran.
Pretty much. So you got a 6v5. You gotta
That's
get
real
here.
nice.
You gotta come up with the good Sinatra if ever there was a time. Caught in the corner. Mecco pasted against the wall. And Sinatra's still in the mix.
I mean, Violet is doing everything he can to keep him
This is
alive.
still
Like,
looking
there's a lot of
San Francisco can pull it off.
shouting out of Semler about Sinatra, but hey, Violet's just put that beam on him and he's just going, yeah, you just go, lad.
Mecco
You just go nuts.
pasted against the wall.
Do what you do best.
And Sinatra's still in the mix. This is still looking like San Francisco can pull it off. They are finding kills. They needed to be decisive.
NYXL have got nothing.
Sinatra, nicely done. Animo comes around the corner, straight into his demise. A take of progress picked up for San
Good
Francisco.
calls,
Cleanup
like
still
the fact that
underway.
Sinatra just peeled off to go and deal with Jonak.
And well,
Knew
New
exactly
York
where to go.
did a great
Goodbye,
job, but
CBLB.
This is not going to work, SBB. You're just telegraphing it at that point. Sinatra alive is going to take full advantage of it, and they are on the edge now. San Francisco doing the best they can to hold it.
And this should just be done.
Still taking a while. We do have Choi Oben back on the Hammond, and they will capture it add 1 minute onto the time bank.
So yeah, they get their minute. We're hitting the road for AL 2020 with a 52-team hosted events, 280 matches and 1 champion. Ooh.
Looks like we got some fans here.
Oh, I'm dreading it next year.
They're going to be on offense with less time.
I just hope that London don't just try and put all their events in London. It'll be a really stupid idea.
Minute on the clock here for the San Francisco Shock, and doesn't look like we're going to get any kind of change coming in here in terms of roster for now, at least. No.
Shock just embodied that. Unless you mean this round coming up.
Record of points scored on Temple of Anubis.
Because I put that more down to SabiLB fucking up.
Dallas just love Anubis.
Like, if SabiLB hadn't fed his brains out in the Reaper, hyperbole. But if SabiLB hadn't got caught, that round might have looked very different. But this is the issue with NYXL, right? It, like, stuff like Mano putting his barrier like 2 meters too far forward. It's like very small mistakes that are going to cost them a lot. And Shock are going to make the most of it. Yeah, they smash it.
This time Sinatra playing on the long game, managing to do some good damage overall to the New York NYXL.
NYXL with the same approach though. Like, they're getting these multi-freezes as well, which is stopping a lot of damage. SabiLB needs to turn up though. Like, the issue that NYXL have is that if they don't get kills out of this very quickly, San Francisco just do more damage. Like, they got 3-4 people frozen here and they still can't kill. Because there's barriers and there's Moira healing and there's all this shit in the way. Like, that's insane. It feels like SabiLB. I think this is SabiLB. No, that's Jonak. Where the fuck is SabiLB? Hello, SabiLB? Where are you? We need you. Do you just Wraith from behind? Is that what I just saw? No? He needs to be here. These guys aren't taking any damage. It was a good adaptation from NYXL. I just didn't feel like there was enough of a commitment to it. Like, you've just got to mash your face. I mean, being fair, Shock adapted back. Like, this is the scary thing about Shock as well, is they will adapt in game. The first time they pushed through, they went straight in aggressively as they can. Second time, they did the same thing, but NYXL sort of counterpunched really nicely with the Mei. This time, Shock went through the doorway, broke the wall, and then just kind of turtled a little bit for a second or two. And that's all they needed to do. Oh, the huge Moira gameplay. That's a big kill. That's a big whiff. Good job, Violet. SabiLB, you got to carry.
Who's the last on contest? It's Animo. Animo's gone. Striker doing the best he can, but we get the supercharger thrown down now by Smurf. Could not have been a better time. It's going to be so hard now for the New York NYXL.
Like, Shock are smart. They're talented and smart, and that's like a scary, scary combo.
Looking for a third for the San Francisco Shock, and they will get it.
Incredible.
So,
and then quietly in the back row, playing them.
but it's point every time, and it's a game of inches.
Oh.
You know, sometimes you see a Doomfish.
Oh. Go on, do it. Do it, you coward.
Stay on the fist. You keep being a fisty
Yeah.
boy and just punching people in the face. New York NYXL though.
Go on, just blow Striker's head off.
Take a pot shot open.
Let Striker like have a little peek over the trenches and just blow his head off. Oh no.
Really per se for the New York NYXL. Sinatra's going to be here playing Doomfist.
Barrier's there. Feels bad, man. They're prepared for it.
Whoop. Two attacks. New York hasn't needed a second one on several of their offensive pushes here. 4 points for NYXL, 6 for the San Francisco Shock. Can't make any mistakes on these.
A lot of ult charge going towards Violet, and even more going towards Jonak. Oh, Jonak's super low. Teleport for aggressive play. Whoa, like, just knew it was coming. Like, holy shit. It just straight away onto SabiLB. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
SBB caught out of the open, and that's the end of this push. It looks like because they are just going to take the fight to him in true San Francisco style. No mercy.
And yeah, this is fine for San Fran. What?
No worries at all. Choi going for the slam, but they were
oh, I missed the rock. Feels bad. Interesting that Choi used that ulti. I'm guessing it's just for confirmation, just for safety, but
flux there because it was not going great, and you had a couple of your damage. I think you.
They're just caught off.
Hex has just said you had to commit it there, and I'm not sure I agree. Let's take a peek. Like, Mecho's almost dead. Choi Herbin's low, but everyone seems fine. Like, Mano is stuck in a really shit position. He's guaranteed to die. No one's really dying that badly. They're trying to do a spring back, but I think they're fine.
You don't want to lose anybody on the defense. That is a salty run back.
First, I wanted to finish it quick. I mean, the one thing that Hex has just said, which is like, you don't want to lose anyone on the defense. Like, that isn't a terrible viewpoint. Just like out of complete paranoia and safety, but I think you want that out for the last fight, because the issue they could run into, in theory, is that NYXL would now have this ult for the next fight, but we kind of know. Sinatra's whiffing his punches to try and get on the high ground. Like, in theory, Mecho should have had similar ult charge, right, in that fight, but no. Oh, that's a big kill. You got a touch, don't see 9.
Now, is that what happens to Natra? Man advantage now for New York XL. Coalescence used by Chonak, really trying to take advantage of this. He is on Doomfist.
Yeah, just runs to the point. Sabiobi is going to kill Smurf, maybe? Nope, he's going to go kill Choi Herbin. There he goes.
The call came to hold. The call definitely.
I mean, Choi Herbin's built another ult in this time. That's nuts. That's crazy. Like, I've really gained appreciation over this season for Choi Herbin. He's just been ridiculous. His Roadhog was insane. His Sigma is insane. It's cray cray.
It's a great call. It's great awareness coming in from the shock. So now this is the final push for the New York XL.
But yeah, you have one fight. Do not fuck this up. Jonak is dead. T-Tors, hello?
Now this is the final push for the New York XL. No support ultimates there to help him either. So they've got their work cut out for him. Mono decides now's the time to use the supercharger. It's going to get removed again, and they are just getting battered on the side of the New York XL.
Well, this is over. Choi Herbin did something. I literally don't know how that happened as well. I'm assuming there'll be a replay, but the thing that's just insane to me is the fact that Striker and Sinatra are both back here, like, doing this shit. Like, the DPS isn't involved in this. It's just all the tanks. It's something to do with the bongo? And he just ices Mano somehow. Like, there was no Reaper involved in that. There was no Doomfist involved in that. Mano just died. They just popped everything. I mean, they popped Supercharger, but that it still shouldn't be enough. Just for the tanks. Can we have a replay of that? No? No, please? Hello? I want to see what happened. Like,
so now this is the final push for the New York XL. No support ultimates there.
Like, literally, it's just, oh, yeah, Supercharger, Sound Barrier, and then we just fucked Mano. While our DPS was busy elsewhere. And our supports couldn't keep him alive? And they just got ganked. I mean, that shouldn't be possible. Look at that face. You shouldn't be able to do that to an Orisa.
Is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. Omen, the official PC and display of the Overwatch.
Did I got stunned by something? No, I assume it's a rock. If I had to guess. It's just going to show us footage that we saw on the stream, isn't it? Yep.
Well, this is ahead of maps, but
okay. Spoiler alert, last map. Rascal, subbing in for Striker. Architect.
And the 2-2-2 meta also played
Flower in for Libero.
Towards the back half of
Feels like they know it's over.
Is that there's making the difference. going between SB and
I actually really like this move from NYXL. Like, there's some really good footage out there of like of Sabiobi holding Flower's hand, for example. It's like literally holding his hand, and it is kind of impressive because Flower is such a huge talent. You just need to give him experience in situations like this, right? You need to give him time and experience and practice in dealing with these high pressure situations, just putting them into them. And I think NYXL know at this point. They're like, okay, writing might be a little bit on the wall. And they might want him specifically for certain heroes as well, but hey.
But it does seem like the NYXL want to go a
For these
thorough
spicy
mercy
Bastion
match
strats.
composition, perhaps that's why Flower comes in, although Libero, no slouch on the Pharah. So interesting tactics here. San Francisco,
Yeah, a little bit of scouting. What they doing? Oh, look.
Or,
It's
yeah, trying to
Bastiones.
clear out any cheese that they see, but they might just end up hopping Architect on the cart.
Yeah, once you force him back to the barriers. I mean,
Okay.
it's not really great for Flower either. He's up there, but if you show yourself for an instant, we've seen this.
I don't call him an emotional leader for nothing. It.
Whoa,
Oh,
nicely done.
beautiful.
Perfectly timed.
good shit, Flower.
Choi getting caught there. That was not pretty.
Oh my god!
Oh, do they get the follow-up?
Ooh.
Lantern's down, though. So they
Oh
will
my
not
god,
be
they
able
actually
to get
they
that
dropped down to
follow-up.
save him.
Immortality,
What legends!
that glowing drone
And they
above
get the
is
kills as
what's
well. That's
going to keep
really
people at
fucking
a certain
something.
HP.
Violet, you
Follow-up?
beast!
That was not pretty.
Oh, I'd be so pissed if I was Violet. I'd just be like, what the fuck, guys?
Oh, do they get the
Come on.
follow-up?
I just hit like the greatest sleep dart you'll ever
Down, though, so
see.
they will not be able to get that follow-up
And you
kill.
didn't kill him?
Immortality field, that glowing
And you
drone
didn't
above
kill him?
is what's going to keep people at a certain
Great job by NYXL to go and save that. Oh god, dodge the rock.
name
Yeah.
implies, Immortality field. Lantern, drone, whatever you want to call it.
Could
I
we
like
please? I like Lantern, but could we please just get an accretion to connect, like a rock to connect with the Pharah? That would just be.
We've seen it, and it's not just the accretion that
Yeah,
happens.
but not on easy mode. I don't mean with Halt.
Okay.
I mean just lobbing it up there.
Just Kobe.
Picks out snipes him with a heat sting. Yeah, that's
Well, so far,
ridiculously
San
skilled.
Francisco has not gotten
I love the
any
the contest
progress.
of this as well.
Payload
It's
is
just like
starting to go
the fear of crossing these bridges.
Not exactly the place you want to be against a Pharah.
Oh, this is so
Okay.
frustrating.
There's
It
the
works
barrier
both
damage.
ways. You gotta
A little
bounce
bit of
in
progress on the
fast,
payload
fast
by the
shields.
May.
So did we. I mean,
The wall to split.
this is a
Very
nice
nice.
attempt here from the May wall to try and make
Whoop.
life difficult here for SBB.
Okay, they're gonna rotate around. Oh, Flower, no!
Flower gets sniped. Rascal. B can't quite hold
This
that
is just
angle.
badly timed. This is, again might be the experience thing. Like this is why you kind of need to put him in,
Can't quite hold that angle.
because it looks like his team's rotating. This is how I play Tracer, and like this is how I die on Tracer, right? The team is rotating and like moving around. You can see everyone like Sabiobi and the big bunker is just like moving around to go and defend the next corner. And Flower jumps in. Everyone on San Francisco Shock is probably just looking at this Pharah going, what the hell, dude? Like, Russell's looking at him, Architect's looking at him. Like, they're not worried about anything else because everyone else is rotating.
Flower come over the top. Flower gets sniped. Rascal.
And you can't
That
res
was the
that,
kill,
so.
and Animo gone as well. 6v4 now for the San Francisco
It's
Shock.
just,
What did
it's
the
like
NYXL do
uncoordinated.
here?
It's a little bit badly timed.
Die.
Run. I mean, trying to survive.
I mean, they're going to reset on this high ground right now, and Flower should be back into the mix. You've got this amp
Looked like he
sound here,
considered the
and it is
nano.
a terrifying sound to hear that Bastion through the main.
Oh, the pull.
Eventually, enough
Nice.
kills go in. I wonder if they can res this though.
I don't think so. He's out in the open. He died in a terrible place there, SVB. So this is still now going to be Architect.
I mean, Flower still has Barrage. It's not impossible. It's just rough. There's the Nano Bastion. Go on, try and contest it. Like, this is gonna take so little damage.
Okay, yeah, you hang around in the doorways, but that's where you're gonna stay.
I mean, he is getting a little bit of pressure here, but people forget that just
Oh, I love this rotation. This is so good.
Boom, this is the play. Because now what do? You got nowhere to hide with the shields. This is gonna be real interesting here.
And he's going to go for it, but they're ready for it because, of course, they're ready for it. Because why wouldn't they be ready for it? Because they're Shock. They're so good at ult tracking.
And SBB dying to the Orisa.
Smurf, a guy who didn't play really all year until we.
I mean, they saw Flower go for a real big dick dive earlier, and hey, it didn't work. Oh, guess what? He's going to look for another opportunity to do it.
They will get that first checkpoint, add some time to their clock, and maybe we'll get a
YouTube
replay
streaming
back.
now, just while I cannot log into my Twitch
Cody
account.
Govan.
So I have to stream to YouTube just to continuously produce stuff because, hey, that's part of my life. And I'd feel really bad if I didn't stream at all. As much as I would enjoy a week holiday, it will be kind of a ruined holiday due to the anxiety and stress of, oh shit, I need to fix my Twitch account and I need other people to do that for me. So yeah, it's not been fun. Okay. Oh, the lift of the rocket!
Rocket from Architect. That's what you're looking for with that flux. You just have to
Oh
get the
god,
sky
you give
with
Shock an inch,
override,
they take a
and
mile.
he's just pummeling them now. New York XL have to give ground.
He wants to set up on that high ground, doesn't he?
I
Yeah, he
mean, it's
does.
just this-
Yeah, he
this
does.
flower and
Yeah, he
combo
does.
combination in the back has
Go on,
not
get him up there.
any value at all. They're just flying around, and essentially you're just having 6v4.
Got Smurf on the payload, you got Choi Herbin on the back line. Ah, it's beautiful.
All San Francisco. They're getting some damage, but it's not enough. They just get that
And they
kill
just
on a
keep
flower.
nailing Flower. Oh, dearie me.
Exactly. You want to res this? I don't think so. Gatling gun to the face. And well, now, I mean, it's 14 final blows to 6. San Francisco right now are dominating.
Hello.
Halt's in the open as well. Meko caught on the wrong side of that wall. That's not where he wants to be. Window pane goes in, though.
Okay,
First
yeah,
part of
you
their damage is getting
can't fight
cranked
through
out
that.
by SBB.
Look at
Great
this.
charge coming in from Choyoven. Maximum
Great
shield.
lift. Oh my
Really turn it.
god, the
SBB.
coordination. Like,
Great
every
charge
single
coming in
play
from
is just
Choyoven.
so
Maximum
crispy and so, like,
shield. So there is quite a
mwah. Like, it's just beautiful.
getting cranked out now by SBB.
Blocking, blocking, blocking for the Bastion. Immortality Field's up in a place where it can't be shot. They lift, they nano,
Coming in from Choyoven.
and then they just kill.
Maximum shields for him. And this is where they turn it. SBB nearly goes
Well,
down.
they almost... No, actually they don't kill, but,
Maximum shields for him.
like, Sabiobi has Immortality Field, but he backs out.
Turn it. SBB nearly goes
His Immortality Field surely will last longer than Architects, because Architects has been up
Can't get around the corner
for a
in
long
time.
time now.
Architects is doing so much work right now for San Francisco Shock. The payload is hardly stopped.
Rascal is doing great with these walls too. You want to try to put down an IF, then I will just knock you up into the sky and will shoot you anyway.
Like,
Everybody
San Francisco... San Fran just
working
trusted in
well
their,
concerts. And yet again, this has just been silence.
Immortality Field a lot better.
Power and honor.
And, oh my god,
This is
yeah.
heartbreaking.
Violet is just looking for it.
You're
It's
under
just,
the most
try it.
pressure you can be as a pro player. Your team's on the
Try it,
ropes. You
Habibi.
need to get it going here
Whatever
on
it
the
is.
third
I
map.
don't know, it doesn't matter.
What is this?
Hello?
You need to get it
Hello?
here on the third map, and you can be as a pro player.
Excuse me?
Team's on the ropes, and you need to get it going here on the third map. And what is this? Well, nobody contested for New York. Looking a little confused there on their side what was going on, but they just stuck it right on through San Francisco. 321 in the bank for them and 3 points on Real.
They
On here could have had the Maywall
Okay.
blocking them off. So if they wanted to get through, that would have been tough for New York.
hits him with a rock, and then the wall does come down.
It's not a C9.
Though, San Francisco, they're just ready for it. They know what the game plan
It's
is.
not a real C9. I mean, there's the May wall.
Playing it so clean.
Oh, that's so funny.
By that, though, if you're, they've been running a May all game.
Look at that. Aw.
Literally all game.
Aw. Bless.
He was boomed.
But this is SVB.
This is something that Steyer sort of told me about, like,
Trying his best.
you'd never see,
This
like,
is
two
SVB,
Western players
one
doing
going
this,
half.
right? You never see that out of two Western players. Like, can you imagine Cruz and Soon holding hands? You know, something like unusual like that. Like, it just wouldn't happen. But Koreans, the culture, because it might be also to do with like the military service, the enforced military service. They're a lot less.
They was boomed.
But this is SVB. Leadership at its finest. Flower.
A lot
Trying
less
his best, you know, to keep it
stingy about
focused.
like physical
So much
contact.
pressure on
It's a
these
lot
guys
less of a
since the
taboo.
World Cup
It's a lot less of
appearance.
a
Dominated there, took the world by storm. Hasn't had too much
an
playing
issue to
time
like
here
touch
in
other
the
people.
Overwatch League, despite New York XL putting
They're a lot
him
more
in
comfortable
offense,
with it,
getting
and
him
you know, in the West,
experience,
it's
building up that
like
confidence. But again,
it's
gives
got
us
such
confidence
a
that the team
connotation of like, what are you, gay? What are you, some sort of sissy boy? What are you doing, man? It's just ugh.
You have Flower, you're just putting
gross.
him into map 4 where your team's back is to the
Public
wall.
hand holding. I mean, also Flower looked like he was a bit in tears. I mean, he did not have a good round. There's no objective way of saying it. Any different? He had a bit of a shit round, but hey, like to me, the point of this, I think, like sure, this is probably the strategy they also practice, but
Nice body block.
I think this is also an investment in Flower. Like, and I think he's a good investment still. He's definitely got the talent. You just need to give him experience.
Match point for the San Francisco Shock and a spot in the grand finals in Philadelphia versus the Vancouver Titans.
I'm moving to Korea.
What a
Good
match
luck.
that would be. So,
It's still a very different
these
culture.
guys, Rascal,
Likely to
perfectly
be fairly
capable as well in
xenophobic.
his own right. Gonna put some pressure on Flower, and we've still got the Bastions in play here for
So
both
meanwhile, we've got
teams
this
as
front
well.
line. It's not going too badly for NYXL. Like, oh my god!
That's an ambitious drop down.
Window pane getting thrown in. That just melts
Well,
so much damage.
good
But then
job.
Violet takes the kill out on Sabiobi. Do we have a res possible here? It's going to be tough. Animo was thinking about it for a second. He needs
Kinda-
He's going to try in here and sneak
Going
it.
for it.
He's
I mean, if
going
anyone's
for
going to
it.
be
He's
good.
going for it.
Ooh, Violet gets the res! Not Violet. Animo gets a res. Sorry. Violet got the kill. Holy shit. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely superb.
Still fight left in the NYXL here. Defense looking strong.
Trying to make plays here on San Francisco Shock side of things. Try to take up shop on the payload itself, but a good flank, well timed.
Stage 4 gave much health, isn't it? Yep. I just like the architect, like, oh, don't look at me. Don't look at, don't, nothing's happening over here, guys. No, don't pay attention to me. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just going for a walk. Oh shit! No, been spotted. Oh dear.
So the San Francisco Shock, they could potentially get over here. Depends on where Smurf is in positioning. Oh man, and SBB has already got the advantage.
It's so hard to get back in onto this one.
If you're coming back to the game and you're like think about what I want to play, yeah, like take a look at the current. So the current meta in an ideal situation doesn't actually look like this. It's more Reaper Symmetra or like Hanzo Symmetra. Basically, there's 4 main DPS being played at the moment, which is Hanzo, Symmetra, Reaper, and Mei. Like those are the big 4 at the moment. Well, tanks. Yeah, Reinhardt, like Rein Zarya does still get played quite a lot. It's not a terrible option. As long as you aren't in like Grandmaster or something. Orisa Sigma is like the go-to, and it's the thing that you're going to be going up against the most. And you've got to learn to do, and Doofus, yeah, sorry, Doofus as well, of course. Winston is pretty much shit at the moment because, yeah, every hero in the meta is kind of really strong against him. So as long as you're not a Winston player, you might be okay with tanks. Diva's in a bit of a rough place as well. She's not terrible, it's just she kind of has no place at the moment because there's not really like dive happening. Zarya is just a little bit better, a little bit stronger. And then if you play like Hitscan, like McCree, Soldier, Ashe, Widow, those heroes are kind of just falling out of vogue. Like you've got to change your playstyle, you've got to be very either aggressive going through barriers or you've got to be flanking a huge amount to get value out of those. Because otherwise, if they do go double barrier, you're just hitting barriers all day and not doing anything. And Hog is banished to the Shadow Realm. Oh no! He has his place. Like, Hog Risa isn't terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I think if you have a Baptiste, he's fine. Where's Flower going? Where is Flower? Flower's just waiting to like see if he can go around up the top. He wants to barrage something.
Eyes on Flower though. He's got the barrage. And he's only picked up, he's only got 3 final blows so far.
Yeah, his team has to fall back. Like, they can't push this.
Start having an impact here.
They res Mono, but they now are unable to res Jonak here. They've got 6 ultimates. Does New York.
How is Tracer? If you're really good with Tracer, you could probably do something with it. You could probably do a lot with it, to be honest, as people are probably bad at playing against it. The issue is, like, if they are playing the meta comp, they are playing a lot of heroes that are very safe. Moira, very difficult to pick off with Tracer. Baptiste, somewhat difficult to pick off with Tracer, as long as he has his immortality field. Reaper, difficult to pick off. Sigma has like some pretty good options against Tracer in terms of just using his grasp and then just using the barrier. Orisa can fortify and sort of take it a little bit, but you know, Orisa's always been a bit dicey, but there's so much support around her that it's kind of difficult. Basically, the issue you'll run into with Tracer is that the heroes that traditionally don't heal that much but have like powerful ults like Lucio and Zen are not being picked as much. So the targets vulnerable to Tracer are not being played. And so you're kind of stuck fighting into like Baptiste Moira or Baptiste Ana or Ana Moira, right? And these are like insane amounts of healing that you just can't get through. What the fuck? He's trying to like float down. It's like, please let me float down. No, no. What are you doing? What are you doing up there? Question: what on earth happens to Moth? What does happen to Moth? Hello, Moth. Where are you? Moth dies to Jonak. Moth is just stuck in this. What? Everyone's rotating around. Moth has just been pinned. I think he's just stuck there. Like he's just been stuck there for ages. Maybe he went hunting for Jonak? And was just like, oh, I can take Jonak.
disjointed
I'm gonna
right
slap
now,
my
but
dick on Jonak's face. Look. Oh, I'm fighting Jonak. Ah!
6 all
I got his field,
together
guys.
for
Oh
UC
shit, wait. I'm
Nuggets.
stuck.
They've got the
Yeah, and
win
he's
in
just
his
completely
right.
stuck.
San Francisco ended up using a lot as well.
Yeah, they've got the grab on Meko, so he could be the hero.
He thought he could fight Jonak.
Insane stats. Moth getting
This is
caught
the
on
fate of
the inside
everyone who
unit.
thinks they can fight Jonak.
That's rough.
You don't fight Jonak.
So,
And then, pop.
do we get a hold though? Because Rez is going to go off from Animo. New York
You still got
XL
the Res.
still making progress and attempts at a choke here.
They're
from San
using,
Francisco.
they're using the
They're
payload
moving
really well
Brown
in
backing
NYXL.
off, and will they be able to contest
Pushing
before
into
Halo
this.
makes it? Just
A lot of
barely.
damage onto
Getting
Architect.
killed
Here's the
right now.
rock.
Getting stunned. Everything getting chucked at Architect, and the man is still here.
He's got nano on him now as well, but they should just be able to line of sight him. Oh, these rockets are going to hurt.
Just lobbing in the damage. Come on.
Beautiful.
After all of this, this is insane.
There we
But
go.
New
Holy
York
shit.
XL
Rascal doesn't
defense.
quite have ult, so
Just
shouldn't be
stalling
too
right
big of a
now,
problem.
Iron in non-ideal composition
Kill
because
the
you have
lamp.
Hammond on the card, although Smurf does end up getting
You shouldn't
a
need the
single kill
barrage.
there. Checkpoint picked up, but New York,
Holy
no matter
shit.
what,
That's
will
it, just
have
keep the
a
pressure on, lad.
slower time on
Good job.
Rialto because San Francisco has actually fought.
The issue that they're going to face is that the Pharah, like, when you start getting into this corner, this is where the Pharah is really going to lose value.
New York XL. So now in New York, it's got to be perfect, and you have the ults to make it happen.
Like, they need to get this barrage and just clean up.
And we've got the wings ready for Animo. So around the bend, San Francisco not looking to make any mistakes early, but Architect gets the jump on him.
Oh
Architect
my
gets-
god, that wall. Yeah,
surely
that's
gonna
not
be
going to
Mono
work.
going down here.
Like, look at...
Gets the barrage, but Architect
this is the inexperience thing, I think.
gets the set.
Where Chui Hobin's waiting with Defense Matrix. Baptiste has Immortality Field. Violet has Sleep Dart.
Mono going down.
Like, they are so ready for it. It's unbelievable.
Down here. He gets the barrage there, or rather
They
the
are
lantern
just
to keep him up for a little bit.
100% good to go.
Flower, he goes down.
Oh, now you've got Blizzard ready to go too. They're going to try to get a little bit of
It's a little bit tragic.
damage going there, but this Maze utility is just so good right now. They're finding these picks.
You get the Sigma, you get the Mei, you get these heroes that seem to have answers for everything.
Flower swap to the May. Okay, I like it. I like that swap. Nice and early.
Need some crowd control. Got that too. And you
There's
got
the wall.
players
Mano's just like, shit!
They get crazy. Flowers,
Get me out of here!
Now what a fantastic bionade. Somebody kill the lantern. You gotta get rid of the lantern.
They can't hit the lantern. There we go. Now they can hit the
That's an
lantern.
afterthought.
New
Okay,
York
you got
has to
the
set up here.
Ant
Not
Matrix.
looking to redeem
You have one of your
themselves.
own.
This is the last map they lost, and it was right on this point towards the end.
There's the wall.
Big
There's the
play.
Blizzard.
Oh, the body block. No, the wall goes in from Flower, cuts out the Blizzard. Is it enough though?
No,
It's
it
not
went
the
through.
edge. You've got the barriers getting thrown in. Just
Oh my
mitigating all of
god.
this damage.
Oh my god, this is one of those moments. Oh boy, this is Overwatch. Look at this. Oh ho ho. Oh boy, you can really tell what's happening.
And just mitigating all of this damage.
Oh boy,
And San Francisco Shock
there's a game being played
goes
here.
set, looks like it.
Somewhere.
Two kills.
Something is happening.
One fight has got to be here because New York
That's
XL,
Overwatch.
they've got 6 alive.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
San Francisco Shock doing everything they can to continue
That was
to burn
nicely
the
done by
ball.
NYXL.
Game of the game
Like,
for them.
to be
Eye on
serious
the
for a
payload.
second, NYXL, they got the Immortality Field up, got enough barriers in the way, got enough block out to be able to survive the Blizzard, and then managed to push back.
So much so that he's just going to switch off of the Bastion, which had been working so well for them, goes to the Reaper instead, just so he can rejoin his team.
Whoop!
Well, this is it. Essentially the last fight.
Great
If
job
they
by
close
Joy Hoban there.
Francisco Shock
Joy
gets
Hoban's doing
themselves
such a
first
good
spot
job
in
with the
grand
Sigma.
finals. New York XL
It's almost like he's an
fighting to
excellent
stay
off
alive
tank,
in the
and
tournament.
really, really good at making sure that
Grab
like
Flex
individual
gets
players
thrown
are
in
cancelled
on the side
out,
of
like
New
an
York.
off tank
SBB
is.
the first to go down. Architect pumping bullets into him. Barely surviving so far on the side of New York, but it won't be for long. The pressure's too great.
Right.
XL sent back to spawn with 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, this is danger now. CBLB swapped off the Bastion with an ult.
So much so.
Okay.
He's just going to switch off of the Bastion, which had been
I mean, yeah,
working so well
like
for them.
Bastion ult
Goes
is
to
not
the Reaper
worth.
instead,
Although
so
you
he
have
can
this.
rejoin his team quicker.
Oh, this is it.
Is CBLB even
Essentially
here?
last fight. If they
Why are you
hold
committing to
Francisco
this?
Shock, they
CBLB's
set
not here.
themselves up for a spot in the grand finals. New York XL fighting to stay
CBLB's just teleported in now,
alive in the tournament.
and Architect's like already shooting at him.
Grab Flux gets thrown in on the side of New York. SBB the first to go down. Architect pumping bullets into him.
This
Barely
is
surviving
where
so
you get
far on the side of
concerned
New
with
York, but it won't be
NYXL,
for
and it's
long. The
like
pressure's too great. New York XL sent back to spawn with 30
this is
seconds
where
on
the
clock.
allegations of choking come in, because it's just like, what are you doing?
The synergy
Back barely
Like, this fight's never going to work if Sabiobi isn't here. Like, this is never going to do anything. You have no damage.
Well, this is it.
There's no way you kill this.
Essentially, last fight. If they hold San Francisco Shock, they're setting themselves up to first.
And like, let's watch Sabiobi.
They have a resurrection
Sabiobi
now
has
that
just
they're without their main
he's just
damage
leaving
source
spawn
in
now.
Sabiobi. So
Spawn
much
distance
so
is quite
that
far
he's
on this
just gonna
third point, so
switch
he'll still be
off of the
teleport,
Bastion, which had been working
running,
so
running,
well
running,
for
running,
them.
running, running,
Goes to
running.
the Reaper instead, just so we can rejoin
Like, at best, he might be just coming around the corner
his
now.
team quicker.
Well, this is it.
He's definitely not in place to do it. He definitely doesn't have his cooldowns. He's not ready to fight with
San
this.
Francisco Shock, they're setting themselves up to first spot in the grand finals. New York XL fighting to stay alive in the tournament. Grab Flux gets thrown in.
And the thing is, I don't think you bank this on, oh, well, we can come back and fight this next fight, because
Barely surviving so
you
far.
shouldn't have a fight where you're probably going to lose it anyway. Like, that's just not worth.
With 30 seconds on the clock,
You have to go home. You have to go home right now. And now, where is the synergy with this Baptiste pick? Who's going to really even shoot through it? Is Flower going to shoot icicles through it? You don't have the Bastion anymore. San Francisco also.
Okay, you
holding
got
on to
Blizzard.
double support
It's a
ultimates.
good ulti.
Ominous music incoming. About 15 seconds perhaps left in the NYXL season.
Mano's still on his way.
Pressure
They
situation.
got to wait.
Match point on the line for
So
San
Sabiobi
Francisco
can
Shock.
touch
New York
in a
has
pinch.
everything here to stay alive. And Flower, he's got
Do you
the
just
Blizzard.
yeet
This
the-
is
do you just
game.
yeet
He can get
Snowball at him?
positioning on it.
And just hope that
See if
Sigma
he
doesn't
can pull
catch it?
off. Right there on the home stretch, 2 seconds and into overtime we go.
Okay,
The
there's
wings burn,
contest.
This is it, the final fight. Can they do it? Window panes down for Jonak and the wings.
Oh,
are
they started the music too early.
Rambo as well,
I love
trying
it.
to keep this team up. Flower with the Blizzard, thrown on the
Get
point.
Smurf.
So difficult now for San Francisco to survive, but the support is there for San
Sabiobi's
Francisco.
there, but no, it gets deleted by Architect.
San Francisco, this is
Because the Blizzard was
San
not good.
Francisco thrown on the point.
You got the tanks, you didn't get what you needed to get, though.
Now for San Francisco to survive, but the support is there for Blizzard.
Who ulted first? Was it
Down for
Rascal?
Jonak, and the wings are out for Animo as well, trying to keep this team up.
No, Flower ulted first. Rascal immediately counter ults, but the ult was not the one that they needed out of Flower. Like, they had to get Bastion.
Thrown on the point. So difficult now for San Francisco.
Because they can't fight this with the Bastion just shooting them from the back line. And like Sabiobi, he's like, oh ha ha, Smurf, I have you. I've got you. Oh, shit.
Francisco, unbelievable! San Francisco.
Wow,
San
fuck.
Francisco, they're caking them out, one after another, totally falling apart on the side of New York.
It's kind of sad.
So
NYXL,
far,
like,
Nixon and
they
San
played that
Francisco
really
one
well.
on its
It's
head, and they're going to the grand finals. Head.
just very small errors, very, very small errors here and there that cost them so very much.
Will be facing off against Vancouver in the grand finals. Rest of the team joining them now out, and this is a rough feeling. If
And the
you're
bitrate
to
tanks
see
completely.
your
Oh
enemies
boy.
sprayed all
Can't
over
see
the
shit.
New
There we
York.
go.
Valor for the Vanquish as always. They had a good season. They had a good run. They've won more
I think,
playoff games
like,
this year than they did last, but they will
The
be
emotions
going
should be
home.
raw for these guys. The emotions should be really raw. Like, no pro player likes...
Put in the toughest
You know, it's easy for you to sit there and, well, for you, it's easy for you and me to sit here and go, oh, well, it's third place. Like, third place isn't that bad. Oh my god, that's pretty good for the NYXL. You know, for this season, for how badly it's gone for them, yeah, third place I think is a really good finish for them. But no, like, every pro player wants to be in the final. Every pro player wants to win the final. None of them are satisfied with third place. And so it's going to really hurt for them for now. But I think at the end of the day, they'll come out of this, and it's like that playoff run was actually really impressive out of them. And yeah, it was pretty good. By the end of it, they looked solid. San Fran looked really dangerous, though. I think they're going to take it. I think they're just a little bit smarter and a little bit cleaner than Vancouver. But it should be another close series. Man. Like, I wouldn't be sad if I was an NYXL fan. Like, I think they broke the biggest curse they had, which is the issue of getting to playoffs and then just instantly tanking and instantly going to complete shit. What we saw there wasn't complete shit. It was just a couple of problems in clutch moments that were causing some pretty big differences, and San Fran just looked cleaner. And the thing that I hear consistently about San Fran is that they have the mentality that, like, every single game they take super seriously. They really, really knuckle down and focus. So yeah. Atlanta SF probing next time? Yeah, we'll be looking at the finals. I mean, next week there's no Overwatch League. So who knows? I've already done a probing. Actually, yeah, no, I already did a probing on the last Atlanta San Fran. That should be on the Twitch VODs if you go and look at those. Yeah, it's going to be a good finals. Like, I think no matter what, even with the meta as it is, I think it will be a really close series. These guys have always gone super close against each other. It's the best rivalry in the league by far because it's like organic, right? They just meet each other in the finals or in the playoffs over and over and over again, and like they just bash into each other in such great ways. It's like it's the one organic rivalry in the league, I think. And yeah, I could not be happier that it's these two teams. Otherwise, yeah, thank you for joining me. Again, apologies for the YouTube streams, but it's all I can do. It's out of my hands. I've got to wait for either my ability to get like the phone number that I lost, or for Authy to get back to me and say, "Oh yeah, we fixed your account, lol." Which I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath. But otherwise, yeah, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your continued support and patience, and I'll see you. I might stream tomorrow. Probably not though, because I'm going to be busy tomorrow. I might stream on Wednesday though. We'll see. Just watch Twitter at @1_amongst_many. Otherwise, yeah, I don't have an outro screen set up. I have an intro one. You know what? I'm going to do it now, right? New scene. Outro scene. Done. Sources. Media source. I'm literally doing this as we talk. Intro vid. Ad source. No, not that one. That's the wrong one. Ad source. Media source. Add existing source. Add a new source instead. Please name the name of the source. Outro vid. Add source. Oh god, it's so laborious. Intermission. No. YouTube. Twitch intro. End of stream. And then loop it, please. Thank you. Done. Boom. There we go. And then we get rid of that one. Yes. Boom. Done. Done. Alright, guys. See you next time. Bye. I can't host anyone or anything. So, nice.